Oh, that music doesn't look like it. If anyone thinks time, they'll have to let me know. Try to get some people in here before we do too much. Picture. There it is. Change the off. The sound is way too loud. Okay. I'll wait a minute, see if anyone wants to help me decide on which one to be, because we got Cow Puncher, Bean Slinger, and Snake Oiler. trying to tweet it out, see if we can get some people in here to help decide what to do here. Alright, so cowpunchers solve their problems with their fists, whether it's shaking them at a disagreeable feller in a disreputable saloon, or using them to punch a slightly more disagreeable feller in a slightly less reputable saloon. You've heard that the cowpunchers are in demand out west since the cows came home, which stands to reason. The cows aren't going to punch themselves, after all. Just the idea of punching a cow. Magic and cooking are intrinsically intertwined in Loathing, and the Beanslinger is the mystical master of both. You've heard there's a shortage of cooks out west since the cows came home, due to most of the cooks having been brutally killed by the cows. Or snake oilers rely on their moxie and chutzpah to tame snakes. Their fearlessness to extract potent oils from those snakes, and their cleverness to manufacture and sell potions made from those oils. You've heard snake oils are doing really well out west since the cows came home. Everybody needs potions and hope in these dark days. And also out west is where all the best snakes live. We need to get people in here. Well, I guess we're just gonna pick one ourselves. I was hoping to get someone in here. Another minute or so. Technically, I can wait till about 1. Technically, the stream wasn't supposed to start till 1. And I'm doing a different game, so it might take people a minute. Sound. That's annoying. Alright. I'm about to start going. Not very patient. I'm leaning towards the snake oiler. I'm waiting till 1, see if anyone suggests anything, because I've sent a few messages out to friends and stuff. See if anyone has like to start with, the first decision someone helping make, I think I was a cow puncher on my original playthrough, but I played it a couple of years ago now. Yeah, or a year ago or 2 years, I don't know. A while back now. So I don't remember anything. But I like the idea of snake oiler. Tells me I'm gonna make it rich if I do snake. My sister said bean slinger. She's the first person to have a suggestion. So far we're on bean slinger now. It's honestly a bad time. Most people are working right now. I need to get new time. I just haven't. I was thinking earlier in the day, but because I can't really do later in the day. Oh yeah. Probably should have sent this out yesterday and tried to get people to help me pick it yesterday, but didn't think about it yesterday. gonna start. The only suggestion so far has been Beanslinger from my sister. So we're gonna go Beanslinger. Alright. Goodbye, bed. Time to head west to chase my real dreams. We can comb our hair. And get XP. You comb your hair one last time. Gained 1 XP progress to your next skill up 1 of 5. Hey Russell. How you doing? Caw! I'm gonna miss you, buddy. Caw, caw, caw! Feed Russell a cricket. You grab a cricket from your cricket bag and feed it to Russell. He coos appreciatively and nuzzles your hand. Maybe it's time for you to leave too. You open your bedroom window not pictured and unlatch the door to Russell's cage. He winks at you, caws one last time, and flies away west. It's time to hit the trail. Goodbye, phonograph. Turn off. You pull the needle away from the cylinder and stow the handle away. You move the needle down to the cylinder and crank the handle a few times. You just turn it on and off. We'll leave music on. Sorry, I clicked the first button. Edith Swift and the Scarlet Old Cellar. Mom gave you this one a few years ago. Read another. Libby Swift and the Ancient Basement. That was one of my favorites. Read another. Marion Brown and the Trouble at the Haunted Hospital. I remember that one. George Drew and the Trouble at Witch Tower. Dad gave me this one when I was a kid. Annie Hardy and the Trouble at Vampire Cellar. I remember that one. And oh hey, this one might come in handy. You got item Walking Stupid. So you gotta click on like everything in this, sometimes more than once, because if you don't, you may not get certain things. Because like that one is the first one that kind of shows you. It's not much, but it's funny. And now you walk stupid. This nerd mode. Best font mode. Please don't do this. I'll turn off stupid walking for now. This weird post appeared here one night. Teaches you how to walk. Very self-aware. Stack firewood. Yay, XP. Nothing on the hat rack today. You're gonna miss Mom's cooking. It's Mom's pie safe. It keeps all her pies safe. You'll miss meals with the family. You pick one of your brother's weird books and flip through it. Grundlagen Eden Allen. Oh man. Just the title page gives me a headache. Yeah. You pick up one of your brother's weird books and flip through it. On the application of dynamics of general mathematical method previously applied to optics. Just the title page gives me a headache. Yeah. You pick up one of your brother's weird books and flip through it. Uber die Ozna. Ooh, I cannot read all that one. He loves stuff like this. A puzzle cube. So tidy. It's covered with all his weird diagrams and charts. The only place left to go down. No time to screw around in the woods. Time to head west. Your mom smiles warmly as you approach. Mom, I'm leaving now. We're gonna miss you, kiddo. Oh, and before you leave, I got you a present. A present? Yep, it's that book you wanted for Crimbo. Yeah, I know it's early, but the one about picking locks? Oh boy. The one about desert survival? Oh boy. The one about bartering? Oh boy. Oh, let's see. So we picked Beanslinger. So we're cook. I would say desert survival would probably be best for a cook. That's the one. Enjoy it. Please be careful out there. Write us a letter when you can. I will, Mom. Goodbye. Your father morsely jabs at the haystack. That hat doesn't fit you, Dad. Time for me to leave, Dad. I'll grow into it. Time for me to leave. His lips quiver a little. Listen, I want you to have this. It's your grandmother's favorite can of beans. Can of infinite beans. Thanks, Dad. Good luck. Good luck out there. Be sure to say goodbye to your mother. I did. Goodbye, Dad. Dig through it. Ah, I found a needle in a haystack. What's the needle do? And it's not for sewing, it's for picking locks. Use the book and learn all sorts of tricks for squeezing extra stuff out of cactuses and whatnot. You got the skill forging. Unfortunately, while practicing your techniques, you accidentally squeeze the book into book juice, which it turns out isn't a real thing. Aww. Fiddle with it. Your brother already had it all, most of the way solved, but you figured out the last couple moves. 1 XP. Woohoo! You already solved it, and if you mess it up again, it'll be messed up forever. Oh yeah. Can I just keep it? I don't think so. Okay. Your brother Rufus is standing here looking nervous. He's pretty good at looking nervous. 1. Give him his puzzle back. You hand him the puzzle and he starts fidgeting with it. Say goodbye. Hey Rufus, time for me to head west. I still don't understand why you're leaving. He's got a point, you know. Why are you going west anyway? 1 is to help people. 2 is to seek fortune. 3 to get off this stupid farm. We're gonna go for fortune, I think. We want to be rich. I like being rich in games. There's just no opportunity here, kid. If I'm gonna make something of myself, I gotta go where I can make some meat. Oh, and meat's the currency, if anyone has not seen this. But it's so dangerous. 60% of people who go west get killed within a year, and that statistic is from before the cows came home. I'll be okay. You worry about taking care of Mom and Dad. I'll worry about me. Okay, if you say so. I still think you'll be dead by Karimbo. I miss you, Rufus. Oh, I'll miss you, Rufus. Okay. You give him a playful punch on the arm. Looks like this isn't your first rodeo. Would you like to skip the boring Springs prologue and head straight to Dirtwater? Any horses or partners you unlocked in any previous game will be available to you, and you'll start with 855 meat and some of the more important items from Boring Springs. No, I think we're going to do it. It gives us time to let people get in still. Boom operator. 200 miles later. Well, the bad news is that you fell off the cart and got knocked out for a couple hours, and now you've got no ride, no meat, and no prospects. The good news is that you're in a town rather than in a gulch somewhere. Not much of a town, though. Get up and dust yourself off. Turn up! Oh, what's the dust turn up do? Increases your muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 1 for the rest of the day. I'll tell you when I've And a sign on the door reads, "Gone drinking." Yeah. Oh, dang it. So you think we're doing all this, or am I just being annoying? Probably just being annoying, to be honest. Oh, dang, now you got a perk. Most escapes. So it's worth it. +5. You've been poked by so many cactuses that your body has built up an entire extra set of skin capillaries just to deal with the constant tiny puncture wounds. Yes. Waiting here for the poop something too. This game really rewards you for not doing anything besides repetitive actions. It's my kind of game. You approach a weird Cactus Man hybrid. He smiles at you. "Howdy, Cactus Man." "Howdy yourself. The name's Bill. Cactus Bill." "What happened to you, Bill?" "Well, to be honest, partner, I drank too much cactus beer and it turned me into a cactus. Dr. Alice warned me this would happen, but I didn't listen." "And that's why they call you Cactus Bill?" "No, that's just a coincidence." "Oh, does it hurt?" "Does what hurt?" "You know, being a cactus." "Oh, no, it's actually kind of nice. The natural fermentation process inside the cactus part of me keep me pretty drunk most of the time. I guess it is boring." "Yeah, I bet. It wouldn't be so bad if I had something to read. You don't happen to have a newspaper or anything, do you?" "No, sorry." "Well, if you happen to find one, keep me in mind." "Will do, Bill." "Nope, you're not allowed in Topeka anymore, remember?" Loose dirt. Damn. Step right up, step right up. Braid's the name and trade's the game. You seriously doubt that his name is Braid. "Howdy, Braid. What are you trading?" "Well, sir, today I'm trading locks for soap and a stick of dynamite for a needle. And to the cunning Skinner who brings me 3 rattlesnake hides, well, to that adventurous soul, I will trade a fine silver pocket watch." "I do have a needle." Well, if I had Dicker and I could get free dynamite. We'll wait on that. We'll see what we need first. That's Sheriff. Wanted for bird theft. Naked Mike Bernstein. Reward 200 meat. Help wanted poster. Wanted poster artist. Applying person at Yuma Marshall's office. Wanted. Bimmy Fricker for the face thieving. Reward 420 meat. "Howdy, stranger. Welcome to Bowling Springs. The sheriff in these parts." "Oh, I'm the sheriff in these parts." "The what?" He sighs. "The sheriff, okay? Blasted sign painters." "Say, you wouldn't have to be looking for work, would you?" "As a matter of fact, I am." "Great, because I happen to have some. There's a gang of hoodlums around here what call themselves the Fricker Gang. Last time I arrested one of them, they busted him out and took my cell door with them. It ain't much good without the door. And I need somebody tough, smart, and or slick to go fetch it back for me. Why don't you do it? You're the sheriff after all." "I gotta stay here and practice my chair tipping." "Okay, I'll give it a shot." Funny you should say that, because I'm sending the deputy along with you to keep you out of trouble." He takes a pistol out of his desk and hands it to you. "Deputy pistol." "Deputy? You deputized a gun?" "You're new in town. Maybe you ain't noticed, but there ain't much to do here except drink. Here, let me write down where the Fricker Gang's hideout is for you. He makes a little note on your map. So, discovered a new map location, the Fricker Gang hideout. Got it. I'll be back with that door. Dirty mug. Boop. Boop. As you walk into the saloon, the crazy-eyed guy sitting to the left of the door shrieks and waves at you to get your attention. Hey, where's your hat, dang nabbit? Well, you can't drink in here without a hat. Tain't proper. He points to take a hat, leave a hat box next to the door. Check out the box. You look through the hat box to find a magical black Stetson. That looks like something you'd wear. Grab it. Barely enchanted hat. You grab the hat and put it on. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Pete. Gives you a friendly, if somewhat twitchy nod. Say, feller. Yeah? You heading west? If and you want some company, I'd be more than happy to come along. Just let me know. Well, no pressure. What do you say? Who? Me? Well, heck, I see all kinds of things. For instance, Godfrey Daniels, some flame jumping, horn swallowing bit my beard. Pete takes a swig of his whiskey. See you later, Pete. These two are playing poker, or at least trying to. They keep looking back and forth from their hands to the how to play poker card that came with their deck, biting their lips and concentrating real hard. Oh, good luck to you. I don't have any meat to gamble. Spittoon. It's a spittoon. People spit into it, you know, without even looking in. That's absolutely disgusting. Look in it. Yeah, it's full of spit. Regular spit, gross tobacco spit, chewing gum, and it looks like a few teeth as well. It's disgusting. And the smell, even from a distance, smells horrible. Look closer. You're now... Hello. I don't know about legend, but it's nice to see you. How you doing? You are now... What's more valuable, the less you have? I don't know. I'm not sure where you're sitting, but it must be some very interesting place. Or very uninteresting place. Thank you for the follow. You are now on your hands and knees peering into a filth-encrusted spittoon. I don't understand what is wrong with you. Wait, is there something shining at the bottom? I do appreciate it, thank you. We just recently made affiliates, I'm just trying to push forward. Keep moving up. Maybe make $1 eventually streaming games. Oh, we're definitely getting whatever's shiny at the bottom. You reach your hand toward the spittoon. Even before you touch it, you can feel the grossness in the air, like a greasy fog enveloping the stinky brass horror. It smells like the vomit trough at a mesquite barbecue eating contest. You hesitate. Ugh. Oh, are you like Batman? I know someone who's like Batman. Never surrender. You plunge your hand into an awful soup. It makes it sound like glop. Your skin is burning, your eyes start to water. Search, we're already in here. Your fingers make contact with something. You pull your hand out of the devil's tureen slowly, not daring to risk splashing the contents all over yourself. You appear to have gotten some kind of ring, probably some kind of disease as well. Congratulations? You got a nasty ring. Gives me 1 muscle, 1 musicality, and 1 moxie. Hooray! Nice. Yeah. You go up to the bar and wait patiently for the bartender to notice you. While you're waiting, you see a sign taped to the back wall reading "Reward for lost mugs, 25 meat each." The bartender finally knows you. Howdy, cowboy. Howdy, barkeep. Name's Vicky. What brings you to our little backwater? Ask about work. Oh, the usual. I came out west to make a fortune. Not having much luck so far, though. Any work around these parts? Unfortunately, Boring Springs already has more people in it than jobs. It's more of an errand town, if you catch my meaning. If you're looking for a real job, I'd recommend talking to the railroad people by Dirtwater. Ask about the railroads. The Manifest Destiny Railroad Company from back east. They're trying to run a line to Frisco and having a heck of a time doing so. And they're hiring? Oh, I reckon they're always hiring for one thing or another. Big company, that. Ask about Dirtwater. Dirtwater is interesting. It's far enough west that it's still more or less exempt from the rule of law, but not so far west that it's been burned to the ground by the damned cows. Lots of opportunity there. She paused for a few seconds and lost in thought. Yep, if I were a younger woman, I'd probably head that way myself. Ask about errands. You mentioned errands. Yes, this forsaken burg is always falling apart in one way or another. The holster's always needing help since he hurt his leg, and that no-account sheriff could certainly stand to have somebody doing his job for him. Anything else? Well, I've got a goblin loose in the basement. Some cowpoke in from the gulch didn't wipe his boots off and got spores everywhere. I can probably handle a goblin. Much obliged. I'll unlock the basement door for you. Oh, and you'll need this. I'll take care of it. Let's talk to her. Howdy, I'm Vikic. Howdy, Vikic. I'm Horse. Nice to meet you. What do you do? I'm the town holster. I don't know what that is. I'm the town horse selling guy. Gotcha. How's that working out for you? Oh, those horses are just flying out the door. So business is booming. Nice. No, I mean the horses keep running away. I haven't sold one in ages. Oh. Is that why you're here drinking instead? Yep. And me being in here drinking instead of watching the horses, probably how they keep escaping. It's one of those vicious circle things. Well, I'm in need of a horse. Do you have any left? One kind of a boring one, but it's got 4 legs and a back to sit on. Come see me at the stable. I'll be happy to show it to you. The woman glares at you. You should probably let her drink. No. Oh, at least I got a girlfriend and nagged her until she left what she was doing. You should probably leave him alone. Both him and her. Pile of old newspapers. Take one. Grab a bottle. I guess we never established your age. Good thing the legal drinking age her age can reach the top of the bar. See, I know you can technically talk to her. The goblin, you can actually get them on your team if you try hard enough. So, I don't know if we want her on our team or not. So we'll go do everything else first. Yep. Horses, 1,000 meat. Afternoon, sir. What can I do for you? How's business? Oh, you know, every day I'm hoostling. To tell you the truth, though, it's pretty terrible. All my horses keep running away. Well, except for this completely ordinary one. That's rough. Maybe I can help. Oh, God, yes. Thank you. Please. I'd go fetch them myself, except for this injury. I'll give you 300 meat each for finding them. How many are there? 3. Here, let me see your map. They pretty much always run away to the same places. He draws 3 little pictures on your map. Orehole Mine, Boring Springs, Boneyard, Thousand Snakes, Gulch. Why these places? I think they like environments that are thematically appropriate. Here, when you find one, feed it some of these oats. That's just in it back here. Bag of Homan oats. How does that work? They're a special pigeon-infused oats. Okay, we'll do. See you later. This is the most typical horse you've ever seen. Take through it. Got a needle. Take it. One other needle. Sweet. We have 3 needles. I think we can afford to get the dynamite now. I want 1 dynamite. Don't know what we're doing with the dynamite yet, but we have the dynamite. Eee. Did you bring me something to You gave me the newspaper you found in the basement of the saloon. Much obliged, partner. Let's see here. What can I do to return the favor? Oh, I know. My shovel. I left it behind the outhouse at the Orehole Mine. It's yours if you go and get it. I'm sure you'll find a use for it. Yes. So I got a new skill, Gumption. Behind the outhouse at Orehole Mine. Got it. Thanks, Bill. Don't mention it. Now if you could just kind of stick that newspaper to my face before you leave. So, need a shovel for this dirt pile. Okie dokie. Let's go to the Orehole Mine first, since there's a shovel here. He wasn't kidding. Not that this would have been a funny thing to kid about, I guess. Woo, 65 meat. Look. Examine the controls. The mechanism is labeled Cargo Elevator Control. A poster on the wall behind reads, Level 1 Blasting Cap Storage, Level 2 Plungers, both kinds, Level 3 Tools. Where do you want to send the cargo elevator? Leave it alone. Well, we're on level 1. The crates are labeled Blasting Caps. The period is part of the label, that's why it's inside the coat layout. Dang it, looks like you're gonna need a crowbar to pry open the crates. It looks dangerous, at least there's no plunger hooked up to it. Take a plunger. Look at the plunger too. Fighting against your instincts for self-preservation, you hooked up a plunger and strung to a fair distance away. Press the plunger. You press the plunger and nothing happens. You forgot to hook up the blasting cap. Crowbar! Conveniently, exactly what we needed for the first thing. Alright. Kaboom! You see the dark horse barely. Approach her. Hey girl, it's okay, I'm a friend. Winnie! The horse shies away from you, though in this case it's more like cripplingly introverted away from you. Word. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Look, I brought some oats for you. They aren't poison or anything, ... In retrospect, I guess that wasn't a very comforting thing to say. As you reach out to pat her nose, the horse ducks and steps further back into the shadows. Oh, come on. Nay. Take a handful of oats out of your bag to hold them out in front of the horse. Here you go. Yum yum. Snort. She sidles away from you warily and makes a surprisingly good attempt at hiding in her own shadow. Come on, please. Eat the oats yourself. Look, they're fine, okay? See? You take a handful from the bag and toss them in your mouth. Ooh, it's like the roughest, blandest breakfast cereal you've ever eaten. Still, it's better than dry cat food, don't ask. You smile to show the horse that you're fine, realize you've unconsciously just turned around and walked out the door. Jeez, these are powerful. The horse looks at you warily as you re-enter with a cheerful wave. See, perfectly fine. Pat on the nose. Horse hunches her shoulders and seems to shrink slightly as you pat her nose. But she doesn't actually flee, so that's something. There's a good girl, Winnie. The horse finally seems relaxed enough around you, so you offer her a handful of oats. Warily, begrudgingly, she eats them. Then she gestures at something behind you. You turn around to look, but you don't see anything. When you turn around, turn back, she's gone. Oh, okay then. Silver nugget. Oh, this place is easier than we thought. And we have a crowbar now. Boring Springs Boneyard. Our founder, Zephaniah Boring, 1806 to 1885. He was actually a really interesting guy. Another mug. Benjamin Crockett, 1320 to 1364. He showed up way too early. Yeah, I'd say so. Because founder's 1806. 500 years earlier? Beerguard Skeleton. Captain 3rd Cavalry, 1820-1866. Dig up grave. I don't know if I should have done that. Lava Fava. Bean Shield. Increase your armor by 4. This will not end your turn. Stop the cabin skeleton's unnatural animation. You gain 12 XP. Yeehaw! Skill up. Mysticality level 2. You got an item. Old Cavalry Saber. Got an item. Gold Tooth. That stuff good. 5 to 6 damage. Do I have to have the crowbar on me? I want a sword. Alright. A scuffle it is. What's Gumption do? Your level will get up and get her done. The higher it is, the quicker you are. Nice. That guy just wouldn't stay put. There you go, Sourcey. Timothy Cochrane, 1855 to 1898, devoted husband. Elizabeth Cochrane, 1887, 1889, 1895, beloved daughter. Silas Cochrane, 1895 to 1895, a baby. Oh, poor baby. You approach the weird, semi-transparent horse cautiously so as to not startle her, though you quickly come to the realization that this is not a horse that startles easily. Hello there, hi, I am a friend, okay? Nay! Nay! That's a little strange, how you did that without opening your eye, or mouth. You pat the horse's nose, which is very cold. If you're going to ride her, you'd want an extra saddle blanket to keep your butt from freezing. Pound on the nose again. Yep, still cold. Brr. Yep, still cold. Can I just do this? Brr, 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 brr. You get the idea. The game gets aggravated with me. Love it. Here you go, girl. Have some oats. You hold out a handful of oats for the horse, but she just sort of stares right through you. Brr. Please don't look at me like that. Try the oats again. You hold the oats out again, but the horse continues to ignore them. What's the matter? Are they not spooky enough? I'm not sure how to make oats spooky. I guess I could put some bone meal on them, but I don't have any handy to grind up bones with. Grave dirt? Winnie? Is that a yes? Weird. Okay. You sprinkle the oats with just a little bit of grave dirt and hold them out again. The horse gazes expressionlessly at them, then eats them. Nay. With that, she glides away in the direction of town. Bizarre. Alright, last one's Thousand Snake Gulch. One of those rocks is really shiny. Grab it. Shiny rock. Ow, 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 ow. Can I get more scabs or just the only one scab? Attack it. That was a spicy bean. You've slain a snake. Before long, they'll call you Snake Murderer and Vicket. Ow. This one has 15. You made sure to work of that long snake. So many snakes and poisoning. Nice work. If the whole combo plan doesn't work out, you can always get a job as a snake exterminator. Hey, you. I got more muscle for leveling up. Ow. Approach him. Hey there, boy. Hey, fella. I'm a friend, okay? Hey. It's cool, alright? Be cool. Don't freak out, man. Winnie. You carefully and gently pat the horse's nose. He twitches a bit. Okay, a lot. but seems to recognize that you aren't going to eat his eyes or suck out his soul or whatever madness is bouncing around in that skull of his. That's a good boy. You calmly look the horse in the eyes. One of them is fixed in a glassy 1,000-yard stare, and the other is revolving madly in its socket like he's thinking of trying to escape in every direction simultaneously. He looks to be calming down a little now that it's clear you aren't actually made of spiders, though. Feed him the oats. Are you hungry, boy? I've got a little treat for you. Snurf. You feed the crazy horse some of the homing oats, and it gallops away with a whinny, or rather a whinny girl. Hopefully he's headed home and not into the 12th dimension. Cool. Nothing here? Is that owls? Just owls here, guys. You don't have to walk all the way back over there. Hit M on the map to travel quickly. Oh, I'll hit all of these on the way there. Ow. Dang, ow. Alright, let's go to Fricker now. Thud Fricker, the Fricker gang's intrepid lookout, appears to be taking a little nap. Wake him up, just shoot him, or ignore him. Just shoot him. That doesn't seem very sportsmanlike. You sure you want to do that? Yes. Really? You're just going to gun down a hapless sleeping man in cold blood? Cold is the only blood I have. Shoot him. He's just a kid. Everybody dies. Pull the trigger. Dang, partner. You got a perk. Ruthless. Ruthless option will be available in some situations. You're a cold-blooded killer and people can see it in your eyes. It's often the last thing they see, in fact. That wasn't necessary, I just wanted to do it. I don't know if it was a good idea. No one's here today to tell me otherwise. It's a beer barrel cactus harvest. You squeeze a mug's worth of the flowers. You got a mug of cactus beer. The random stuff for your gang stole. 25 meat, recovered mud. You got a pair of silver cufflinks. Nice. Do we put our cufflinks on? We didn't even put our cufflinks on. Increase your maximum HP by 10 for the rest of the day. Nice. One of the Fricker boys is dozing in a bathtub. Drown him. Psst, can you pass the soap? Don't disturb him. Psst, can you pass the soap? He mumbles and hands you a bar of soap before sinking deeper into the sleep. Both sleep and the tub. Cool. Now I can drown him. You push his head under the water and hold him there until he stops struggling. God, I'm terrible. At least he died warm. You cautiously approach the Fricker gang. They're pretty engrossed in their poker game, so it doesn't actually require that much caution. You hide behind a barrel and eavesdrop on their conversation for a while. The one with the eye patch is quiet, but you gather that his name is Snipe, and that the squirrely one is his brother Wimpy. What's your play here? Shoot one of them in the back, approach them and talk, or leave without alerting them. No, we're gonna shoot one. We've already committed to being bad. Until someone comes in here and tells me to do otherwise, we're bad. You draw your pistol, execute the one with the eye patch. His brother screams, jumps behind a barrel, and starts firing at you wildly. This shouldn't take long. Fight. Fire! Break. I have to melee him. So this is. Yeah. Can't shoot him, fam. The leader of the Fricker gang are dead by your hand. The sheriff will be proud of you, though you're not sure how your mother would feel. 10 XP. Yeehaw, skill up grit 2. Time to recover the sheriff's door. Another recovered mug. Pile of Fricker's ill-gotten gains. Take it. Kidding me? Grab the sheriff's door. Alright. We mass murdered people. That's what we do here. I don't know how you spotted her hiding in that mine, but thanks for sending my dark horse. Sure thing, 300 meat. Looks like my pale horse made it back safe. Thanks for the help, 300 meat. Anytime. Thanks for my crazy horse. He was eating loco weed again, wasn't he? Not that I noticed. That's all of them. I can thank you enough. Here's a little extra for you. Thanks. Afternoon, sir. What can I do for you? Yeah, it's earlier something about an injury. Yeah, I busted my knee while mucking out the showroom. Don't ask how. It's embarrassing. I was going to get Doc Alice to have a look at it, but she gave up doctoring. Why'd she do that? Nobody knows. She just shut herself up in her office. Said she wouldn't talk to anyone except Nurse Whiskey. Is that an actual nurse, or I'm pretty sure she was just being sarcastic? I see. So we can buy a horse from him. We can shovel the poop. Shovel in the poop now. No. Offer whiskey. Whiskey delivered for you, Doc. What brand? Nurse Whiskey. Your favorite, I'm led to believe. Don't know if she makes house calls. Alright, hold on. You hear a rattle as she unlocks the door? Ooh, TNT. Wow. Shouldn't this be further away from the fireplace? Probably. The stove is spotless. Either she's really compulsive about cleaning or she's never cooked. Hey, Doc, can I look at your books? Not until you give me that whiskey you promised me. Okay, fine. Doc House looks to be about in her 50s. Her hair is graying and her face is lined, but her eyes still clear and sharp, if bloodshot. She holds out her hand. Whiskey. Stat. She cracks open the whiskey and fills a small flask she takes out of her pocket. Then she puts the flask back in her pocket and starts chugging out of the bottle. Geez, Doc, doesn't that seem healthy? That doesn't seem healthy. Who's the doctor here, me or you? Okay, point taken. Doc House continues to pour whiskey down her neck, occasionally stopping to breathe. Is everything alright? That depends on how fast I can get this whiskey into my bloodstream, compared to how fast my liver filters it out. And I can't talk and drink at the same time, so what's the matter, Doc? What's the matter? The whole world's gone to hell in a horse cart. And you ask, what's the matter? Bandits, cow demons, dead men walking? Why don't you go ahead and pick one and I'll drink to that. Dead men walking? You haven't seen it? Corpses and skeletons staggering around like puppets with half their strings cut, looking to take a bite out of the living. Oh yeah, there was a skeleton in the cemetery. It's nice to get some outside confirmation that I'm not losing my damn mind. But how is that even possible? It isn't possible. It goes against everything I know about medicine. Dead patients don't get back up. Patients? Oh, ouch. Alice turns away, grimacing. Every doctor loses one now and again. You never get used to it. But well, it happens. But what doesn't happen is them coming back out and looking for revenge. That must be pretty rough. Rough? Buddy, I don't think you comprehend the situation. It's not just patients, it's neighbors, friends, husbands. Oh, indeed. She turns away from you and focuses her attention back on the bottle. Doc Alice sighs exasperatedly. What now? Do you have any idea what's causing the resurrections? Well, I heard a rumor. A rumor? What is it? It's when you get incomplete information from an unverified source. Thanks. Anyway, What I heard is that there's a fella out west that's causing it. Necromancer, they call him. Supposedly he's sending magic out into the world somehow. Magic? Like beam slingers use? Never heard of any beam slinger raising the dead, have you? Her scowl deepens. That'd be a hell of a can of beans. We need that can of beans. What now? What's the deal with the TNT? It's so when I feel like I'm about to go, I can blow myself into bits so small there ain't nothing left to come back. That seems drastic. Drastic? Hell no. Or hell, no way I'm coming back. No way I'm thinking or taking the risk of becoming one of those things. Fair enough, I suppose. About that necromancer, assuming he exists, what about him? Well, maybe someone ought to try and stop him. Doc House gives you a shout. You? Because I know you ain't talking about me. Why not you? A gray-haired old woman that knows as much about fighting as a squirrel knows about surgery? Did you hit your head on a bar stool, kid? You weren't that old. And if I were going to pick someone to go up against an necromancer, it would be someone who also knows about death. But in a scientific way, a doctor, right? Doc House stares hard at you and takes a swig from her bottle, saying nothing. It sounds to me like you've got plenty of motivation to get the job done for your friends and everyone. She continues to look at you. You can see the gears turning in her head. It beats doing nothing anyway. Beats locking yourself in a house full of TNT and drinking yourself to death. You aren't even doing any doctoring anymore. She winces and looks away. Then she shakes her head slowly. You seriously expect me to ride out west by myself chasing a rumor? Doesn't have to be by yourself. I'm heading west too. Tag along with me and maybe we can find the guy and put a stop to him. It's crazy. Impossible. Impossible? Like raising the dead is impossible? Alice crosses her arm and regards you thoughtfully. A spark slowly brightens in her eyes. Alright, kid, what the hell? Let's give it a shot. Cool. I actually might take her because she gets a shotgun. And it does AoE damage, which is sweet. Hey, Doc, can I look at your books? Sure, if you want to. Not that they're going to do you much good in this doomed, forsaken hellhole. You should try being less cheerful, Doc. Alright, so you survey the books on Alice's shelf. They're all medical textbooks except for a few. Leaf through The Legend of Curly's Meat. Leaf through The Life and Works of Fred Ferguson. And leaf through The Goblinoid Tongue, a primer. So that's the one if you want to take the goblin with you, you take that one. And if I remember right, she's actually pretty good. But I think we're going to take the shotgun lady unless someone jumps in here and says otherwise. You look through the book, tells the story of legendary treasure, a massive chest full of premium meat, secreted in the hidden sense, not in the extruded sense, in the western desert by an old cowhand named Curly Butterfield. This book purports a Civil War surgeon's autobiography, but flipping through it, you mostly find lists of reasons that drinking alcohol is bad, so it's actually a work of ludicrous speculative fiction. Haha. At least there are some useful appendices in the back and some diagrams of appendices. So I gained 3 HP. Start flipping through goblin language books. It's confusing at first, but you eventually get so engrossed that by the time you take a break from reading, several blurfs have passed, and you also know that blurf is the goblin word for an hour. You have learned to speak goblin, sort of. Goblin tongue. Make like a tree and leaf. This fanny doesn't look like it's seen much use. Green a little. Grab a pair of tweezers and pluck some of your more unsightly eyebrows. XP. We also now have the soap for its lock. We didn't need a soap for something else. Now we gotta go take care of this goblin. We can talk to her, but we're probably just gonna kill her. Oh, it's Gary, not her. I think hers in the new game. I don't remember though. Hi, Gary. Hi. Hi, hello. Hello, I am Gary. Who are you? Introduce yourself. Well, I'm Vicky. Hello, Vicky. Good to meet you. What Vicky doing down here? Be honest. Well, Gary, to be honest, the bartender sent me down here to kill you. Gary wrinkles his nose. Hey, what? That being terrible idea. Bartender not being good idea, man. Gary wants to popping, but not here. Too close to home. Gary wants to be popping far up and high away. New Gary everywhere. Everywhere. Man, goblins are freaking weird. Settle down, Gary. Gary doesn't like to settle, and Gary wants to travel and popping. If Vic get going far up and high away, maybe taking Gary with you, eh? Eh? I'll think about it. Oh, I can't fight him now that I've talked to him. Oh, I should have just killed him. I found these mugs. Much obliged. Who's the lady drinking whiskey out of a beer mug? That's Susie. She's a rancher from nearby. A real tough broad. I ain't recommending you pester her. Why's that? Lost her whole family to a cow attack recently. Got some pent-up frustrations about it. Ouch. Susie Cochran. How do you know my last name? I saw the graves in the cemetery. Sorry for your loss. Susie Cochran scowls bitterly and mutters into her whiskey. I saw it happen. I saw the whole damn thing. Excuse me. I couldn't do nothing about it. The bartender said it was cows. Cows, right. I don't know what those things are, but they ain't cows. Not anymore. What happened? It was a raid, see? Mom and Pa used to ranch cattle back before they came home. Pa didn't make it, but Ma and I managed to rebuild. We ranched pigs instead, and she left me the place when she passed. Go on. Well, I guess passing herd sniffed out that it used to be a cow ranch, and they attacked. A couple days ago. Happened so fast, I didn't even have time to get my rifle out of my gun safe. Cow smashed in the front door, and fire started out back by the root cellar. House went up in blazes just like that. What did you do? There wasn't anything I could do. Couldn't get upstairs to the kids because of the fire, and I saw Tim trampled right in front of me. She drinks her glass. I ain't want to talk about it anymore. Sorry. She reels a mug from a bottle on the bar and doesn't reply. What will you do now? Head west, I suppose. Nothing keeping me here, and no desire to stay. I can't leave without my rifle, though. Why not? It was Ma's rifle. It's all I got left of her. Anybody. Left it at the ranch like a damn fool. Listen, can I ask you a favor? I need someone to go get it for me. Yeah, I'll go get it for me. Maybe she's the shotgun person. I don't think she is, though. Pretty sure it was the doctor. I know. Looks like somebody was in the middle of fixing a knife. Grab it. Varmints getting, these spies were not safe. Deal with it. We gotta get the flaming skull. I forgot it was hot. Defeated that massive cow skull floating in a cloud of flame. Ooh, we got Hellbender level 2 now. What's Hellbender? You tamper with the forces of nature, making yourself a force of nature. At this spell level, plus 3 spell damage. Next level, we get plus 7. Nice. You're smarter than a box of rocks. Nice. Is Susie the shotgun one? Hold on a second. On the shotgun person. Susie Cochrane. I think Susie Cochrane is the shotgun. Now I'm looking at crazy piece of the worst because it's something always can get. No, it's the doctor. So Susie has just a rifle and can build forts and stuff. Doctor's one with a shotgun. So still the doctor that I want. So I like the shotgun ability because I like when we get into big groups of lots of guys, we can AoE them. I couldn't remember. I was like, Susie, you find my rifle yet, stranger? Yep, here she is. Susie's eyes well up with tears as you hand her the rifle, and she roughly scrubs her sleeve across her face before any of them spill over. Thanks, stranger. I didn't catch your name. I'm Vicky. Thanks, Vicky. Can't rightly say what this means to me. She looks at the rifle for a long moment, then looks back at you. She sighs. Well, that's enough wallowing in misery. Time for me to hit the road. If you want me to tag along when you head west, you just say the word. Sounds good, Susie. So, aside from the sheriff, we've done everything here. I see the Fricker gang hasn't put a stop to your breathing. Did you rescue my cell door? You have the sheriff at the door, and he hangs it back on its hinges. Nice work, stranger. This here prison cell just got 4 times more secure. Are there any Fricker boys left for me to round up? Nope, they won't be bothering this town anymore. Nope, they won't be bothering this town anymore. Well, now, that's a right load off my mind. Looks like I owe you a reward. He produces a big bag of meat. You gain 500 meat. Got another little task for you. If you got the time, should be a lot simpler than the last one. What you need? Well, the Frickers busted the lock when they took the door. Gonna need a new lock. I just so happen to have one. Yeah, the sheriff's lock. That'll do nicely. The sheriff puts the lock on the cell door, then actually drops the key and it clatters into the cell. Well, hellfire. Don't suppose you know how to pick a lock, stranger? You got a needle handy? I'll see what I can do. Unlock yourself, here. The sheriff walks into the cell and picks up the key. He looks around for a place to hide it and then just sticks it under his hat. Thank you kindly, stranger. If Boring Springs ever gets any more criminals, they'd better watch out. That's a good job you've done. Here, have this as a souvenir of your time in Boring Springs. You got an item, replica sheriff badge. Oh, we got a sheriff badge now. Oh yeah. +1 armor. This is a plastic festive smile of the sheriff's badge. He usually gives them children who tour the jail. This item goes on your lapel. Guys, I got one. It's less damage, but skin. I mostly use the gun for the damage. Okay, so now I have to pick up a horse. Can you sell me a horse? Oof. Sure thing. I should warn you though, horses get mighty attached to their riders. Once you bought one, you won't be able to change your mind later. And we're going for the dark one. Or crazy eyes. Let's go crazy eyes. Give me one with the crazy eyes. Okay, I gotta warn you, this horse has seen some stuff. But I'll sell him for 1,000 meat. Is there something wrong with him? No. Not as such, he's perfectly functional. But, well, he's always sneaking off to Thousand Snakes Gulch to chew on local weed that grows there. And that makes him see crazy things. I think it's more like he does it to forget about the crazy things he sees all the time anyway. Color me intrigued. I'll take him. Thanks. Here's the key. Ride safe. Give him a name. Oh, we need a name. We're gonna do Goldfish because that's a friend and he's been helping the most with streams, so now he's my mount. You lose 1,000 meat. Are you sure you want to name your horse Goldfish? Yeah. Alright then, Goldfish the horse. And it's got a nice ring to it. Oh, and I almost forgot. Free with every horse purchase is a complimentary map. You got an item. Southeast west map. Thanks. Alright, we can leave now. We're going to take the dock. Once you leave Boring Springs, you won't be able to come back. Any unfinished business you've got will forever remain unfinished. Are you sure you're ready to leave? Yes. Alrighty then. You're probably hoarse and ready to start your new life in the West. All you need now is a partner. Somebody to share the trail with. Someone you can rely on for emotional and combat support. I decided to dock Alice. I don't have anyone here to say otherwise. And we're not going to hang around waiting for Twitter or anything right now. So we're going to go dock Alice. You can knock on Alice's door and tell her it's time to go. One last thing before you go. Up until this point, I've automatically spending your experience points for you. I'm happy to keep doing it, and I promise to give you a nice, well-rounded experience. Shall I keep it up, or would you prefer to decide for yourself where your XP is? I will spend my own. Thank you. Okay, now you have the option of turning yourself into some kind of unbalanced weirdo if you want. Open your character screen when you want to spend XP. You consult the southeast-west map the holster gave you. It only lists two things, the town of Dirtwater and the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company's westernmost map. So we discovered both of those, and now we get to travel. Room for rent. Inquire within. What do you say, Alice? If we're going to look into this necromancy business, I figure we ought to start in the local cemeteries. Makes sense. Do you know where they are? Yeah, I did some research in the cemeteries a while back. Territory simmer. To see if there's a pattern. You okay? Sorry. Anyway, there's one not too far from here. I discovered the Dave Yard. What do you think we should do next? I'm forgetting about anything. Al says you should see the bartender about renting that room in Dirtwater. It'd be nice to have a base of operation. Comb his mane. He makes a sort of glurk sound. Spittoon. This is a spittoon, which is sort of a brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor, because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already, sicko. Yeah. Inspect it. Look, the Jewel Saloon is pretty nice as saloons go. Actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, a poker room instead of a cockfighting ring or pit. But this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside isn't fancy rancid. Here we go again. Alright, fine. You are now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert and the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates. So that's good, right? Oh, that's bad. because it's only the water part of the spit that evaporates. This brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit. The toxins and filth that don't evaporate. Several years' worth, distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into that spittoon anymore because they bounce out. Search it. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup, except instead of maple, it's flavored with the inside of mouth of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Yeah. Glorp. It feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding, except instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk, waited a week, then set it on fire. It feels like your hand is dissolving. Keep searching. You found something. You found a taggy, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine, a useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom for your children, assuming they're still able to have, or you're still able to have any, and you hate them. Hooray! We love it so much. Yeah. You have to hold this little porcelain cow upside down because it's filled with tobacco spit and you don't want it to spill out the little hole in the bottom. This item goes in your offhand. +3, so goes there. So I'd have to get rid of my can of beans. I'm gonna get rid of my can of beans. I mean, the can of beans is not. We will hang on to our can of beans for now. Buy some slop for 5 meat. You gotta play the slop. I didn't do anything, I told him to do something. Hey, what are you doing here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry, I was just, looking around. So you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I've heard venturesome. As a half, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter and need someone to go pick some more up for me. Saltpeter? Isn't that you doing gunpowder and other things? Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay, where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up. The nearest one is in Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. The chef marks the fort in your mouth. Okay, be right back. Don't want to play poker, do I? Play poker. You sit down at the poker table. A dealer emerges from somewhere in the back and sits down next to you. The lady to your right introduces herself as Becky, and the player to the left says his name is Matt. The dealer tells you that the ante is 20 meat. Ante up. You ante up. Becky and Matt toss in 20 meat each. The dealer gives you the deck gives the deck a shuffle, then deals a hand of cards, glides towards you the tail. It's a pretty decent hand. 3 deuces and a pair of 3s. It's the first round, the pot of 60 meat, and you estimate your chance of winning around 30%. Forcefully raise. Oh yeah. Forcefully raise. You place 20 meat on your bicep, then flex, causing it to spring onto the table. Move on. It's the second round of betting. The pot is 120 meat, and you estimate your chance of winning 30%. You glance at Matt and check. 5% chance to win. Becky squints at you for a moment, then checks. Matt grumbles and taps the table. Move on to the next round. Moxiously raise. Moxiously strategize. You grin slyly and raise by 20 meat. You frown and reveal a straight. Becky smiles broadly and reveals her cards. A South Carolina flush. Matt grins and reveals his hand. A straight. Boo, I lost. I'm not good at this. Well, howdy there. Always nice to see new face in town. Welcome. Hi, thanks. I'm Vikic. I'm glad to know you, Vikic. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. I saw the sign out front advertising a room. I need help with anything. I'll have a shot of bourbon. Who's that old man by the piano? Can I get some darts? I want some darts. The sign on the dartboard said to see you for darts. Oh, sorry. All the darts are broken months ago. That's disappointing. Who's the man by the piano? Oh, that's old Ellsbury. Tragic fella he is. He was a writer and a poet. Came out west to sell his stories, but nobody were buying. Too weird, his stories. Fanatical-like. Fantastical-like. Too bad. I love that stuff. Well, I don't mind. It don't matter how much, or now, anyhow. He had to get normal work to make ends meet. Did passing well as a prospector until one day he lost his mind in a mine. He did what now? You know what I mean. He saw something that made him stop telling his weird tales, made him talk and near completely come to that. He just stands there by the piano nowadays. It seems to calm him down. As long as he doesn't make any trouble, I don't mind him too much. Feel a little sorry for him, to be honest. Poor fella. I'll have a shot of bourbon. Why is it in a bag? I'll have a shot of bourbon coming right up. Dirtwater bourbon. This glass is famous Dirtwater bourbon, which is famous mostly for having invisible chunks of dirt in it. Yummy. Need any help with anything? Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. I thought the music sounded a bit off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. I'll see what I can do. Thanks. I poked around him myself, but I lost the key. This suddenly take a strange turn. Try to fix him. I need to pick one. I don't want the room yet. Advanced bean craft. That's much better than regular bean craft. Plum pudding. Sugar tooth powder. Gross. Let's grab advanced bean craft. I don't know what it does, but we need it. Read this to learn new bean slinging skill. Read it. Alright. There's a chapter about cooking bean dishes so small they have to be served intravenously. Gives blood beans a skill that lets you regenerate health during combat. It includes a chapter about making human-sized or larger automatons and binding them to your will to help with kitchen tasks. Gives Bean Golem a combat skill which summons a powerful golem to fight for. There's a list of meditation techniques to help you concentrate while cooking and or fighting. Use the old bean, a skill that temporarily increases your mysticality during a fight. I kind of want Bean Golem. Bean Golem sounds. Practice making servants out of beans until you're pretty good at it. You got skilled Bean Golem. Unfortunately, one of your earlier expenses gets a little rowdy and eats the book. Bad Golem. Flowers, sweet smelling flowers. Howdy, you sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Offer to be sheriff. I can be the sheriff, maybe. Do you have law enforcement? Not really. Have you been into sheriff school? No. Do you have an existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? Are you familiar with all the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, in tarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be sheriff? I just assumed. You just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day. Well, when you put it that way, she snorts. If I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on an iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. I'm sorry. It's okay, like I said, happens all the time. Offer to help. Do you need help until you find a new sheriff? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of some justice. One posting for back there, cells over yonder. She points behind her and off to the right, respectively. Take your lead. Ooh, read it. It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster. Close enough. The poster reads, Wasted, the Stripy Hat Gang, for grand theft, paint, and tasteless hat vandalism, lasting in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000 meat reward. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Want I go after them? Yes. It's a wanted poster. No, it's a wanted poster. If accuracy is important. It says, wanted. The House in the Desert Gang for mortgage, non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the house in the desert. 500 meat. It says wanted. Oh yeah, we're taking. Yeah, we're taking. You wonder if the house is named after them or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is ambiguous or unambiguous. Want to go after them? Yes. Alright, so we got 2. A lot of cells here. There's a ghost cell. Find a crate of supplies bound for a nearby army fort. Looks like they fell off the wagon, or the driver fell off the wagon and was too drunk to strap it down. In any case, it looks like it got knocked open by the fall. See what's inside. You fish through the crate and help yourself to military contents. It's not like those army cowards have any use for it. Back east in their coward hidey holes, you got an army trauma kit, which restores 10 health, and a chemical bullet, which poisons an enemy. Nice. As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice from inside say, "What was that?" Uh-oh. Looks like you're going to have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Sneaky's my middle name. Okay. I'm not sneaky. Apparently I'm sneaky. I don't sneak. I don't like sneaky. From the sound of it, you say doghouse contains an angry dog. The doghouse contains an angry dog. Weigh your options. Very funny. You're not going to be able to get past it without alerting the gang inside. Bring them on. Oh yeah, shotgun. I like it. Yeah. Now my bingo. Ooh, good damage. Yeah. Served. Justice has been served to the old house gang. 30 XP, you got 9, a bag of ears and such. You didn't feel like carrying the entire house in the Desert Gang back to town, so you just took a few bits. I got Desert Gang 6 gun. This is a fancy 6 gun. You might even go so far as to rate it as a 7 gun. Black boot. These already black boots have been thoroughly black booted, or boot blacked. They must have been stolen from somebody with both fashion sense and meat in abundance. Alright, so currently we're pretty standard. We've got to decide which kind of way we're going to go with the build. I think mysticality is an important one here, just because of the way our character is. Because we're a beam slinger, mysticality is going to help with that. Is that all we need? Can go in the house? That's it. Let's wander, see if we can't find something new. You spot a small cottage on the horizon with what looks like a work table in front of it. You discover a new map page. Silver Smith's house. Go there now. The sign says silver bolt and make an apparatus. Help yourself. Silver nugget. Make 3 bullets. I don't know if I want to make bullets with our stuff for the moment. Cactus bits. Help me. I don't have a needle. Okay, so going back to one. I don't really want to make silver bullets yet. You spot the smoldering ruin of a ranch on the horizon. Ominous. You discover the Stearns Ranch. Go there now. Needle. 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 Cow painting. Crack safe. Keep safe crack. Cat's eye candy. Instant grits and sarsaparilla. Nothing for me to do here. Ranch dressing. Ranch punch. Between the smoke and the noise, you're guessing that the contents of this house is more dangerous than the average house content. Over the toilet pistol, gross. This pistol is pretty comprehensively toileted up. Deals stench damage to physical, apply 5 poison to enemy. Gross. Might be useful at some point though. Search charred locket. You should call it a locket on account of how it was lucky to escape the fight. Smoking. Gwendolyn Stearns, a road mother, died in 1895. Mary Stearns died February 18th, 1894. That's fine, we can go. Alright, so blackened beans. Nice. I have a lock picking skill. Investigate. Mary Stearns' diary. Little girl's diary, brown, a little around the edge, but otherwise untouched by fire. First page says, in a little girl's handwriting, this is the diary of Mary Stearns. The I in diary is crossed out, and an IA is written above them. The diary starts out as a typical kid's stuff. You flip ahead until you notice the writing getting shakier. Found a dolly under a cactus out back, and she told me her name was Grace. Mama and Papa don't believe me that she talks. They say I got a big imagination. Gracie says the cows are going to get us, but Papa says we'll be okay because this weren't never a cow ranch. Grace says he's wrong, but Papa won't believe me. Grace says she can keep the cows away, but I have to play tea party with her. Keep reading. I don't like this kind of tea party. But Grace says it's important to keep the cows away. Mama was sad that they couldn't find Effie. Papa said she's going to be gone so long and they should put a cross up, but Mama won't let him because she thinks she'll come back. Papa said she's only 11. How far could she have gone? And Mama started crying again. Don't want to play Tea Party anymore, but Gracie says I has to. Papa was out 2 days looking for Joey, but of course he didn't find him. Mama cries so much I tried to tell her him and Iffy are helping keep the cows away, but she don't understand. I told Grace I'm not playing Tea Party again, but she says I gotta, and if I don't, cows will eat all 3 of us. She said either I get Mama or Papa to play, or else I gotta play myself. That's the last entry. Creepy. I need mysticality. Don't I have an item that gives me one of everything? Yeah, it's just a turnip. It's the work of a moment to fix the doll's voice. Pull the string. You pull the string, the doll's eyes roll back in its head, and its mouth begins to move. Hi, I'm Grace. What's your name? None of your business, doll. Aggressive. I'm Vicky. Hi, Vicky. You're nice. Do you want to play with me? Yes, let's play. Hooray! Mary used to play with me, but we didn't get to finish our tea party before she went away. Will you help me finish it? Surely. Hooray, the game is almost over. Mary did such a good job. The eyes roll back forward. Go downstairs and get my cup. Do you know the magic word to make the mean cow let you into the secret room? No, what is it? The magic word is peanut butter. The dolls go silent. Got it. Peanut butter. You sure as you realize that talking dolls haven't been invented yet. I guess one of the neighbors must have happened by and buried the bodies. Thank goodness for that. I'd have thought you'd be a nerd or that sort of thing. More than your average Jane, I guess. But I'm not a mortician. Mostly I deal in keeping folks alive. True. Whisper peanut butter. Top of the central looking altar sits a copper goblet filled with what appears to be blood. Take the goblet, destroy the goblet, or leave it alone. Destroy the goblet. We don't want the goblet. You don't know what this is, but you know it's abominable. You grab the goblet, smash it against the altar. Everywhere the blood lands, cracks appear. The altar groans as it crumbles into ruins. Gain 50 XP. And how? So we leveled up. Okay, so we have... Tell me where I have points to spend. Oh, unspent XP is 91, so I can put it where I want it. So gumption is speed. Glamour, meat gains, bonus to item finding, liver capacity. Next level gives me increased 10 more and 5. You got Moxie Kid, and this is how much of it. Moxie affects how much damage you do deal when shooting and how much damage you take when getting shot. This is your mysticality, affects the amount of damage you do with spells and the amount of damage you take from spells and elemental attacks from bad guys. Muscle is a measure of how beefy you are. It affects how much damage you do when you hit stuff and how much damage you take when you get hit. Speed determines who goes first in combat. If your speed is higher than that of your primary enemy, your team will go first. Otherwise, theirs will. If both sides have equal speed, there will be a coin flip to see who goes first. The West may be brutal, but it's fair. I want to do gumption because I want to get just one extra point. There we go. Let's go glamour. mostly using the guns of Mysticality Moxie will be our next two we use them mostly. But I wanted 3 action points so I can do my golem and my shield. Can I talk to the doll again? Gracie's eyes glow red. She must know what you did. You'll regret this, hee hee. Her mouth snaps shut and her eyelids close. Well, that's only a little bit ominous. Gracie isn't speaking to you anymore. Okay. I want to make sure. I'll probably get a graveyard here in a moment. You spot an old mine on the horizon. Abandoned mines are safe and fun to explore. You discovered a new map of it. Snake Pit Mine. Go there now. You look at the mining equipment. You have no idea what any of it is. Ask Alice to explain it to you. Hey Alice, do you know how any of this works? Nope. Well, okay then. Alice, what? I just want to tell you about this mining stuff. Okay. So this first machine here, this is an automatic. I got mine splainer. You sure do think you know a lot about mining. You're a real expert. You gain XP when you interact with mining stuff. Are you finished? Yes. Ow. Ow. Ow, ow. Oh, this hot coffee. Pull it out and punch. You see a snake coiled up in a little hole. Pull it out and punch it. Coal snake skin. Put it on your hat to add +3 to Mox. Ooh. What does our hat even do? +1 to Mysticality. You put the coal snake skin on your hat, making it slightly blacker than it was before. At least in the area right above the brim. More Moxie, more gun damage. 68. Hold on. You really smoked that thing. I mean, you didn't smoke it like you'd smoke a cheroot. You just smoked it figuratively. 10 XP, 37 meat, and another coal snake skin. Sulfur match. Smelling salt and dynamite. Oh, she's gonna be so useful here. XP 54 meat. There's not enough skin on any of them to be worth collecting. Pick it up. A pickaxe, yay. Mine's playing bonus. One of those veins out here too. Yow, yow. Nice. Alright, well, we're just wandering again. Ugh. Your keen eyes detect a secluded cave in the near distance. Exploring would definitely be a good use of your time. You discover the new map location, Shaggy Dog Cave. Go there now. Of course you go to the dog cave. You got an bug of cactus for getting good at this stuff. You got perk green thumb. There's no green horn when it comes to foraging. Gain XP from foraging. Nice. What do you say, Alex? There's an old mission not far from here. They might let you check out their catacombs if you ask nicely. Oh, that sounds awesome, I suppose. Okay, so... Let's put valves of the armor. This plaque is bolted to the cave wall here. Read it. A record of the events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887, as recorded by Jim Plackwright. Wow, interesting. Another plaque. This plaque is bolted to the cave wall. Having acquired through various and sundry means a story which is interesting in its own right, but better saved for another time. A man perpetrating to lead a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Cole Jr. in the years before the cows came home. I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Our equipment and provisions consist of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade, and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of trail provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques and engraving tools, 1 large and shaggy dog, and a butt for. After traveling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town named Dirtwater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dog to watch the horses, the 4 of us entered the local saloon, and each ordered a beer, except Cy, who was satisfied with water. Their barman provided our drinks as requested, then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking if we would care to witness something real interesting. Considering that we still had quite a few hours of travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions, which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the butt for and the entire basket of eggs, apart from one that Doug had concealed within a pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Cy, after drawing of lots, to share. Oh man. After acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as a replacement butt for, We headed out to the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, though we took small solace in the fact that we would have been far more intolerable had we made this expedition during the summer months rather than November. In order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to the desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling for reasons of length. Yeah, it's already getting pretty long. However, I will relate to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek through the desert. The first was 2 of 3 hours out of dirt water. Then Nate noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object partially buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which fortuitously still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding this might come in handy, we stashed it in the wagon with our other tools. Ooh, man. Our next encounter was a small nomadic goblin tribesman who we discovered spoke excellent English. It inquired as to our destination, and we replied that we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave. Though we did not disclose the reason for our journey, the goblin confirmed that we were heading the correct course, and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed, and continued on our way. Sometime later, we encountered a large adobe hut occupied by 2 identical-seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced to themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar given that there were 2 of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on that point. One of the hermits confirmed that we were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other hermit confirmed that his brother said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermit refreshed our water supply in exchange for our butt floor, and we continued on our way, excited to finally be nearing our goal. After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave. Carefully keeping our excitement in check. Lest we become incautious, we unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg he had saved from our basket that he had stolen in dirt water. Once we were rested, we decided the time had come to explore the cave. Discovering that we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light source with which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed fortuitous that Nate had discovered the antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass a quick shine and then lit the wick, and we were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light. As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse, and there were no side passages which might cause us to become lost. Despite this, we resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress through the cave, and engrave them with the tale of our journey, such that others who discover the cave after us might be entertained and edified by our story. Something like that. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel. While Nate, Cy, and Doug took turns with the excavation, I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Cy's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled a traditionally styled treasure chest out of the hole with great excitement. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting padlock, which broke easily from a swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and flickering the light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metals. Just as promised by the legends of Black Hole Junior Joyous, at our triumph, we loaded the chest into our wagon, and began the journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. It wasn't. This hole is empty. Completely. I wasted so much time. How rude. I gotta get out of this cave. Can I just use a map from here? You encounter a family of scared settlers trying to pack their wagon to head out east to Dirtwater. They're having a hard time getting everything situated. Help them pack. Using advanced spatial skills, you nestle everything into the wagon with space to spare. Now they won't have to leave their children behind. Didn't know that was an option that was going to happen. You encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken pairs of spectacles. It looks like a family of especially illiterate homesteaders met an untimely end here. Tragic. Look through the wreckage. Ooh, advanced beamcraft. You pour over the detritus and manage to find exactly one book that's both undestroyed and remotely interesting to you. Alright, let's read this book. What are we getting? There's a chapter about cooking beaten dishes so small it's like blood beans again. There's a list of meditation techniques to help you concentrate while cooking and or fighting, so yeah, that was the same. And there's a recipe that has been scratched out and replaced with a bunch of paranoid, insane scrawlings. Gives wary. A skill increases your maximum AP. Unfortunately, you get so good at clearing your mind that you completely lose your memory of where you left the book. Dang it. Happens every time. Your heart skips a beat as you spy a floating calico in the middle distance. It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Approach it. So, increases your mysticality by 5. Do it! I don't know why I did it. Cow fangs? Percentage weight them. These teeth are proof that they've decided it's their turn. Ooh. Infernal soul fragment, a wispy, tattered little bit of infernal cow spit, just hanging out on the side of the pail going, boo, boo. You see a streak of fire blast across the sky and land just over the horizon. You ride to the side of the impact and find a meteor. Whoa, that's a lot. You pull your pick and make short work and small rocks of the meteor. 1,505 meat. You got an item Stardust. This handful of sparkling space powder increases your muscle, mysticality, and mocks you by 5 for the rest of the day. Nice, that'll come in handy. Your pick melts from the heat of the meteor. Aww. That's not nice. I need a new pickaxe now. You spot a store on the horizon. Perhaps you can exchange meat for goods and services. Hopefully a pickaxe. You discover a new map location. Buttonwill Mechanic Store. Go there now. Ow, dang it. Ow, yeah. Oh, let's see what you have. You have a pickaxe. I need a pickaxe now, apparently. Well, advanced beam crafting. What's 1,000? We don't want that. We want the pick. Really? It's gonna cost me almost as much as I got from breaking that stupid thing. I can jump? I didn't even know I could jump. Hi, goldfish. Howdy there, I'm Wandering Sally. Howdy, Sally, I'm Vicky. What's your line? Trading. I wander all around these lands just like it says on the label, and I buy a little here and I sell a little there to make my way. Care to see my wares? Sure thing. Toast. Bar of soap. Lock and the pickaxe. I don't think there's anything I actually need from you. I do have stuff that probably should be sold. What do you think? I don't know what else to sell. That's fine for now. What else can we learn? So, uncanny presence. There's a poem scribbled into the margins whose words keep shifting and changing. Gives uncanny presence, a perk that provides resistance against elemental damage. Where? We already know. There's a recipe for a wall-shaped pile of beans that looks pretty interesting. Gives bean wall, a spell that will create a wall of beans that provide cover from ranged attacks. You read the poem and bring lose consciousness. When you come to, you look at the margins of the book, see that the poem has been replaced with a crude drawing of you. Horrified, you destroy the book. Just in case. You find a crate of supplies bound for a nearby artifact. It looks like it fell out of the way. I think we've already seen this one. I think we got poison one out of the last one, but trauma kit's the same. You discover what is either an open grave or a very deep and rectangular pothole. Jump in and see what you find. Well, if it's a pothole, it must have been here for a very long time because you found the remains of an antique traffic accident. Handful of coins. Just sell them. This little stack of coin that are either from a time or place, when or where coins were or are used as currency instead of meat. Skeleton bone. You don't have a bone to pick, but you do have a bone. The old wedding ring. The honeymoon is definitely over for this tarnished silver ring. Found a crate lying on the side of the trail. Its lid locked loose. It has fell off the back of the cart. LTD stenciled on the side, which seems a bit on the nose, but hey, free stuff is free stuff. You fish through the crate and help yourself to the meager but free contents. Depressed rancher candy. Like all things for ranchers, this candy was a lot better before the cows came home. Increases melee damage by 7 for the rest of the day. Handful of nails. That's useful because you need a hammer though. I don't have the hammer yet. We have the opportunity to buy, but we passed that. Pry off the bars. Hold on a second. Harvest hot coffee. Next, let's go in this cave. Okay. So 7 damage. By 4 action points. So let's armor, cast spell that has food. Go bingo! Put an end to the Stripy Hat Gang's reign of bad taste. XP gain is 30. You take the leader's tattooed tooth as a means of identifying them. So I got tattooed tooth. This is one of the teeth that until recently was in the mouth of the leader of the Stripy Hat Gang. You also take one of those horrible hats as a souvenir. -3 Moxie. Definitely won't be using that. Danger Kitchen and Danger Bar. Looks like this place needs a new bartender. What's this? A jaw harp. With a little twinger, you can pluck it if you want. I got cheap whiskey, cheap tequila, and cheap wine. Increases moxie, increases musicality, missing muscle. Alright. Is there anything going all the way? No? Okay. Now we're gonna go to Danger Kitchen. Hey, this poor chef is chained to the wall, his eyes widen as you approach. Hey, you're not one of them. Are you here to rescue me? Let me get back to you on that one. Sure. Oh, thank goodness. He thrusts his hand into yours and shakes vigorously. I'm Doug. Vicky, how do you do, Doug? Well, I've been chained up in this dank cave for weeks, cooking for those stripy hat idiots. That sounds awful. You want to know the worst part? There's a perfectly good oven 8 feet to my right and a shelf of perfectly good ingredients 8 feet to my left. How's that the worst part? The chain's only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. I know, right? I was fresh out of culinary school with a million meat ideas in my head, and now here I am, 4 feet shy of my dreams, cooking the same pot of soup over and over again. What million meat idea? You promised not to steal my idea, right? I can't promise anything. Well, then I'm not gonna tell you my idea. Suit yourself. Wait a minute. You can't just leave me here. Come on, promise me you won't steal my idea so we can get on with this. No can do. Sheesh, all the here's in the West, and I get you. Just go. I'll wait for somebody who isn't unscrupulous intellectual property thief. Relent. Fine, I promise I won't steal your idea. Okay, then. It's a new kind of sandwich, or maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary that I'm not quite sure where it fits in the whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyway, in the middle of it, there's a sausage. But it's sausage made from the cheapest possible parts of a pig, ground up so finely that you can't identify them anymore. Okay. And it's served in a long split roll, which soaks up the grease so you can't tell how fatty the sausage is. And the best part? The name? You ready to hear the name? Sure. I call it Hot Dog. It's a hot dog. Hot dog. Yeah, it sounds great. How about the Hot Vicky instead? Don't be ridiculous, Hot Vicky. What does that even mean? Haha, ridiculous. Hey, there's no need to be mean about his size. Not that any of this even matters. Even if I did get off this chain, there's no point in hanging around in this empty cave making hot dogs just for myself. I don't even like the taste of them. You could set up a shop in Dirtwater. Brilliant, you're a genius, Vicky. Hot dogs for sale all day, every day. I'll make a mint. Say, there's an idea. What if I added mint to the sausage mixture? You help him break his chain. He leaves the cave, hauling the oven and the shelf full of ingredients, muttering to himself about new sausage recipes. That's that, then. I like my hot bikic. Sounds delicious. Oh, over. Oh, fireboard's up. Danger, spider. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked to it says, please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a giant spider. It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. The tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through unless you're a huge spider. Can you fight the spider? Was the spider supposed to kill them for me? Yeah. This crate has weapons scrawled on it in black paint. Open it up. Fancy knife. You dig through the crate, mostly full of packaging straw, but you find a pretty fancy knife at the bottom. +3 to Moxie. Ooh, that's useful. You hear a sudden chittering coming from the big hole behind you. Considering I've been using a lot of Moxie, that's a pretty valuable knife there. I'll fight it. How does one fight said spider? I want to kill the spider. That's rude. Hear a growing noise a short distance away and investigate. A cowpoke is sitting against a rock with his legs bent in a way that seems incorrect. What happened? Dang horse threw a rod and I fell off. I think I busted one of my dancing arms. Have Alice fix him up. Think you can help this guy, Doc? Wouldn't be much of a doctor if I couldn't fake a busted dancing arm. Alice grabbed some gauze and stuff from her bag and set splints with the cowpoke's leg. Hoo-wee! That there's some fine work. My thanks to you, Doc. Don't mention it. We should probably spend some points. So we have 151 XP right now. We have a lot of Moxie. That's going to help us a little bit. Maximum HP paint on it. I probably should put some points in these. I forgot about them already. I keep forgetting them again. I'm like, don't forget that. Here lies Dave B. 1834 to 1884. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. Dig up grave. Dig up the grave. Just check the veracity of the effigy. Sure enough, boots, but no pants. Brown boots. Maximum AP. Nice. Put him down for good. Another skeleton bone, 10 XP. Here lies Dave C, 1828 to 1884, went down in a theater. Here lies Dave J, 1826 to 1884, rah-pa-pa-pow. Oh. You made the restless remains more restful. Gold tooth. This is the ground for a long time, then in somebody's mouth for a very short time, and now it's in your backpack. Here lies Dave L. 1790 to 1851. Died of a heart attack. See you in 36 years. Looks like the gravedigger left his lunchbox here. Oh boy, free lunch. Vienna blood sausages increases muscle by 3. And a thermos of spiked coffee increases your speed by 1 for the rest of the day. Here lies Dave G. 1847 to 1884. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even the skies can't save a feller from 40 angry bears. Handful of loose teeth. Perhaps you could sell them to a dental student. Thank you. I will do that. Here lies Dave D. 1848 to 1884. The truth was out there. It killed him. Here lies Dave G. 1860 to 1884. Murdered by a different feller named Dave G. Pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. Peek through it. Skull with an odd tag on it. You mostly just it's mostly just boring, broken bones, but you do find a skull with a weird tag on it. The skull has a little paper tag tied to it, which has intercemetery loan on one side and some notes on the other side. This is one of those things they have in mausoleums, you know, one of the big marble things with drawers full of skeletons. Open one or open a whole bunch? Open a whole bunch. Spooky damage. Bones, tons of them. Alice studies the remains of your undead foes. Her eyes light up. Evidently, she has an epiphany of some sort. Alice becomes stronger. I think this is what you want to do with her. I forgot about that. Because they all have a way to, like, level them up. And hers is this. She can make her super OP with AoE. We probably won't do it, but it is a thing we could do. See, she was doing 3 before, now she's doing 5. So significantly better. Probably should get her up a little bit since she doesn't do much damage in comparison to me, but I don't know if I should do that off screen, like do farming like that off screen, or if I should do it on screen. I'm not really sure what people would like to see. Try to get like one more level up. Because I'd like her to be doing 7. I think it goes up with the same amount every time. So she get 2 points every time. But we fight some much stronger things than these later, so having her do AoE damage is good. It's very helpful. I think there's an expansion to this too now. I haven't played the expansion yet. I don't even know if I own it or not. It'd be nice to own it. Yeah, what is it? Is that 2? It does. That sucks. I guess I need to get some more AP. I actually don't know if there's a max level in this game either, like if you can farm indefinitely. Ah, she's become stronger. So. Plus you can get a good money farm going if you have to stay here and do this for a while. Let's see here. What can we do for spinning points? Lava fava. So, summons a fava being made of boiling lava and hurls it to your unsuspecting foe. So it currently does 5, it does 10 next. That's great. His AP cost is 1. I think it costs 2. AP. Oh, no, the bean shield only costs 1. Never mind. Summons a small bean golem. A smallish bean golem. Use the old bean. Get smarter. Increases mysticalities to 10. I feel like we should level up. I didn't mean that one, but this one really has been doing good so far. Oh, fox. You're smarter than the box of rocks. Sure. We'll throw a point into that. Part of me just wants to farm so we can get some skill points up, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what people would like to see, because I don't want to do something that you guys aren't going to like. See, personally, I'm fine just farming stuff. I'm really strong. I love doing that kind of stuff in single player games. Oh, he does so much damage now. So we got a really heavy single target golem, and then our companion does good AoE damage. So we got our bases covered pretty good. Oh, she got an ability. I don't know what that one is. I don't think it matters. She only needs shotgun. Oh, 23 damage is so good though. Alright, we're gonna move on because we're doing lots and lots of damage right now. There's a pile of mostly burned rags that may be used to be a person to investigate. Gore splattered scroll. The scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you that you've gotten all the practice reading inside of a dog. Gross. And this is a human in the final stage of the whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when it's powder form. There's some kind of receipt here. Robe receipt. There is a receipt for a delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. There's nothing else I can do here? Well, I want to do it again. Don't like this. Don't like this one bit of this. Well, if we're going to hunt down the Narmos, this looks like a good place to start. Watch out for those piles of bones. I can tell you, looking at them, they're ready to jump up and fight. If we're looking to find a way, a lay of land, I guess, railroad crew. She doesn't have anything good to say. I guess we'll go for some. You hear rustling sound and trace it to a small gulch nearby. Peeking over the edge, you see a goblin rustling around in the brush. Presumably it's a gulch goblin rustler. Always kind of assumed that referred to a different sort of rustling, though. It looks up at you and makes some angry sounding goblin noises. 1. Jump down and fight it. 2. Surrender and give up. Or 3. Charge a rustling tax. Yes. Excuse me, you know there's a rustling tax levied on the scourge, right? You can't rustle for free here, bud. The goblin doesn't seem to understand, so you take a few minutes to communicate the concept with elaborate gestures. Eventually, the goblin pays you just to make you go away. 42 meat. Great. A squeeze of mug's worth out of the flour. Oh, yeah. You climb up the ladder into the watchtower and take a look around. Nice view from up here. Climb down. This cabinet is mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personal records in the back of one of the drawer. No, really, I want details. Fine, you read one. Walter Reed, clerk, pay grade C2, B9. What's the thing? Q60. No, another. I can't get enough. Do I get something if I click this a bunch? Now you're just looking at the same ones you've read before. What is wrong with you? I guess there's nothing there. Pick the lock. Cupboard is bare. Wait. Looks like there's still some good mess left. Military grade whiskey and 2 heart attacks. Spice or acre of saltpeter. That's I think what we wanted. The stove is beyond clean, belch. You hear the sounds of several goblins snoring inside the tent. Going guns blazing. Always gun blazing. I can't believe it's already almost 4. You've heroically defeated the sleeping goblins who were guarding their beds. Head into the tent. An unlocked footlocker. I guess that makes it just a footer. Silver bullet and a heart attack. So silver bullet deals extra damage against cows and other demonic creatures. Those are what we could have made at that one place. I just... smelling salt. That requires a lockpicking, which I don't have yet. This shelf has still some unlooted medical supplies. I'll render them looted. I don't have safe cracking. Based on the papers and alchemical diagrams scattered across its surface, you're guessing this desk belongs to Fort Coward's nurse. Look at the diagrams. There are a bunch of disgusting drawings of sliced open bodies. Look at the papers. Marching orders. The papers are mostly just boring medical records, dental types, laminations, and antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, that kind of thing. Hey, wait, what's this? This looks like it might be important. It's marching orders. This is the set of army marching orders from before all armies marching orders were just march back east. Just as fast as your lily-livered little yellow-bellied feet can go, you damnable coward. Okay. If we find the lockpicking and safe cracking books. We will definitely try to buy those. Egg. Hidemic Holvern Cannonball. Definitely want to be able to pick some locks. Okay. I don't think we have anything new besides... Oh. Old mission. An old mission. Investigating the smoke of a nearby camp, we find a bandit snoozing cozily beneath a large and colorful quilt, which seems like a strange choice for camping gear, right? And then he wakes up and jumps to his feet, revealing that the large and colorful quilt is actually a large and colorfully quilted pair of pants. In stark contrast with his whimsical pants, he is undeniably hostile. Misinform him. Howdy there. Sorry to bother you. I was just looking at the elaborately quilted design on your pants. This is quite a find you've got there. What do you mean? Well, you see, I'm a student of archaeology, and some of these patterns are very similar to an ancient script I'm familiar with. I believe what you've here may be the key to the lost civilization. Would you mind turning around so I can see the back? Nonplussed, he turns around. You poke at the heavy quilted fabric while lifting his wallet from his back pocket. Yes, about 2 days' ride north by northeast. Yes. Yeehaw, thanks, stranger. I got 20 meat and 10 XP. I should just kill them. I just like the little random things because they're just funny to me, but I feel like I get more if I kill them. I can't do that yet. How do I get forage and rank to 200 XP? Oh, how about that? Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew. Pew? Pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Sorry, the catacombs are off limits. Oh, but I've always wanted to see a catacombs. Not without Sister Mary's permission, which she's the only other nun here. Aha. Oh my goodness, what's wrong, sister? They came back, they just came back and took them. I couldn't stop them. Whoa, slow down. What happened? Our holy relics, the saints just stormed up from the catacombs and took them back. Wow. I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe they'd fire me if I tried to stop them. The cardinal will be here any minute. What am I going to do? To start with, take a deep breath and try to calm down, okay? What's your name? I'm Sister Mary. My name's Vicky. Now, what's this about saints? Our mission is to protect 3 sacred relics. I'm the relic keeper. It's my specific job to look after them. Wait. Do they call you Memento? She shows you the ruler she keeps tucked in her sleeve. No, they do not. Okay, sorry. So what happened? So that's something I would do in real life. Girlfriend gets mad at me all the time for making fun of her because her name's Daisy. So, 100%. Okay, sorry. So what happened? The saints. Oh, it's too horrible. They just came to life somehow. They came up from the catacombs all skeletal and ghastly looking. I mean, it's probably blasphemy to say that, but I nearly fainted. And they took back their relics? Yes, and if they aren't recovered from the cardinal, before the cardinal gets here, I'll be in so much trouble. Uh-oh. How much time is there? Well, actually, he's months overdue, so it's probably not all that urgent, but still. Alright, I'll get them back for you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, wait a second. Are you going to have to fight them to get the relics back? Because that's probably blasphemous, too. I mean, probably, but if black magic brought them back to life, that's like super blasphemous, right? So we'd even out. Oh dear, the cardinal's going to want to have a very long talk about this, but go ahead and do what you must, I suppose. Just don't tell him. That's what I'd do. We're going in the catacombs to kill some cardinals, or some saints. This coffin looks like it was hauled down here fairly recently. Look inside. It's empty. Curious. Another one? That's the same one. It's a precariously balanced pyramid of skulls. They're all riled up and twitching. Kick it over. Are you sure? There's a lot of them, and they're really mad. Maybe airing all of them at once is a great idea. Kick them! Got a lot of health. Oh my goodness. I told you things ramp up. I should have probably farmed a little bit, man. Wow, they're not even hitting the golem. Wow. That's not helpful. I'm gonna die. Well, that's good. You got your ass kicked all the way up the stairs. Effect angry. +3 muscle, +3 musicality, +3 mox. Definitely should have farmed. Oh, let's see. Oh, forging. Gold tooth. The skull is twitching and unnerving fashion, though I guess there's no way it could be twitching, it couldn't be unnerving. So much health. XP. Still sitting in a weird angle. I guess it's notable. That's notable for some reason. A souvenir spoon, +3 moxie. The skull's whispering at you. That doesn't seem right. Listen closely. The skull's whispering to you. That doesn't seem right. It just sounds like gibberish, though really creepy gibberish. It's in the alcove. There's a little serial number written below it. Oh, hey, this is where the skull you found goes. Put it back. There we go. Save and sound. 10 XP. These bones are jiggling and rattling in an agitated way. Alrighty then. Should check out with solids, because that might be single target damage for one of situations like this. 3 skeleton bones. It's a black reader. Here lies Saint Beefus. After he died, his body kept trying to rise to heaven, but it was so heavy it just kind of flopped around a bunch. They had to inter him into a big stone for us to put a stop to it. Gross. Muscle 8 and a crowbar. Open it. You grunt stranger force, heavy stones from off the open. Here's a skeleton inside. Holy crap, his bones are huge. Fortunately, he appears to be asleep. Wake him and fight him. Oh, he's huge. Also, oh. Guess I should read the abilities. It instantly destroys a target or skeleton. The bigger they are, the harder they excommunicate. Plus 60 XP, you got an item, Sir Beefus' finger. It was so big that he had more bone in this little finger than most people have in their entire arm. Sir Beefus' thigh. Sir Beefus' legs were so big he had to sit in 2 chairs at the same time. Plus 2 muscle, plus 10 maximum HP. It's 9 to 11 melee weapon. Alice picks up a bone and examines it carefully. Her eyes light up. Evidently, she has an epiphany of some sort. She becomes stronger. That's useful. Because, man, are these guys in here hard. Especially those... the same appears to be resting in pieces. Wait a second. Are you pretty... Okay, you're pretty sure you got the bones assembled correctly. Fight them. Nope, at the very last minute, the bones fly apart again. Seems like all you accomplished was making them angry. Rats, fight. Oh, oh, that's bad. Oh, that's very bad. Oh, Mysticality 11. Oh, this is a dangerous game, man. Okay. Just gonna go for it. Let's get some armor. And let's go for the skull. That seems like a bad one. Let's have her instantly kill this. Ah, it's not good. Oh, she can do it more than once. Sadly, it might be better to do one at a time than it is to go all out on them. Just because they're doing a lot of damage. Eliminate the damage. That's hurting. Place was ouchie. I got his skull and his ring, which is Mysticality Speed 2. Nice. The skull had a real on-off again relationship with the rest of the Santa Corda skeleton. The shrooms make you feel like you can be in multiple places at once. Hooray! The ring actually would be sweet for us. I think that might be what we want. Yeah, Mysticality and Speed. Yeah, let's go that way. Shake beefers. Yes. I like seeing beefers, man. Here lies Santa Corda, which we already killed. She was drawn and quartered by a heretic, and then the quarter that had her head on was beheaded. The dismemberment was so effective that nobody was able to get her body to stay together even after it was just bones. I am a pope. Seriously. Saint Pope stands typically behind the dais. He just keeps doing his pope gestures, ignoring you. How can someone look so smug without even having a face? The longer you watch him, the more he gets on your nerves. Insult him, Moxie 10. You unleash a torrent of insults that would make a sailor blush and a sailor's mother ashamed of a sailor. Saint's Pope's eyes narrow. Looks like you finally managed to make him mad enough to fight you. Fight him then. Okay. Oh. I don't want to kill that Pope. Damage Pope. Go away. Instantly kill a skeleton is really good. Well, I just noticed. To put an end to St. Pope's heresy once and for all, Pope's pelvis, it's never been used. Fake Pope hat. The audacity. +2 armor, +2 moxie. Alice picks up a bone and examines it carefully. I can get forge and 2 now. Nice. Let's get glamour. Take it over. Let's try again. Get revenge. Still out. I got a revenge on the pile of skulls. Skull chips. Some itty bitty bits of skull. Once they were good for keeping somebody's brain salsa inside, but not anymore. Can I look inside now? Was there one of these I didn't get to do? Oh, I think I did them all. Alright. You've shoved all the relics. Oh, praise be. Thank you. I'm glad to have helped, sister. I must reward you for your efforts, though. We don't have much, but I can give you these old censer. We don't use it anymore because Sister Penelope is allergic to the incense. Look, I don't want to tell you what you can and can't say, but let's just call this a shiny gold-colored metal censer and leave it at that. This item goes in your offhand. Mysticality 3. Nice. This is This is our offhand. Okay. So, muscle, moxie, spell damage, but I could replace it with Mysticality 3. Alright now. We can forge in 2 on this one. I got a can of tuna. You harvest the can of tuna hidden inside the cactus. This is a can of tuna scavenged from a cactus. It's a real curiosity of biology. Increases your muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 5 for the rest of the day. Nice. Well, that's just wonderful. We have a whole other side of the map to go to eventually. But you discover a new map location, Butterfield Ranch. Go there now. Let's see what's going on in Butterfield Ranch. There's an angry cow. What's going on? Alright, another can of tuna. Hey, there was a ring in there too. Flora ring. Makes forging random encounters much more likely. Kinda wanna wear that. But I lose 2 speed and 2 mysticality? Ah, let's do it. Sounds fun. You're gonna have to deal with this cow if you want to explore this area. Let's hope I can win. It's not a skeleton, so I can't insta-kill. Ooh, 86 HP. That's a lot. Let's put her some armor on. 12 fire damage. Yeah, what are you hitting her for? That's rude. 7 to 8 damage? Oh my goodness. This is something. I think my beam hits pretty hard, but you banish that demonic cow from this realm. Get the hints, little doggy. You got an item, roasted cow tongue. Increases mysticality by 6 for the rest of the day. A lot of people don't like the idea of eating something that can taste you back. And believe me, nothing about this particular cow tongue is going to change their minds. Eat extra thick leather is what I got from me. Leather taken by force from one of the lesser of the region's demonic cows. There's a rope tied to the fence post. You can grab it. A length of rope. If you need something to something, you need to tie something to something else, and you don't think string or twine or cord or jute is up to the task, you'll need some of this. Reasonable thought. There's something buried in the smoldering embers. Big man. Red hot poker. Ooh, nice. I think I did a melee build one point, because I think I played for a little bit and then I just re-rolled it. But I think I did melee, and I think I was using that for a while. You notice some words carved into the side of the outhouse. Curly was here. Wait a second. You recognize that name. Curly. Curly Butterfield. The legend of Curly's meat. Looks like maybe this outhouse is worth investigating. Investigated. Luckily, you don't actually go inside the outhouse, because once you open the door, you find a map scratched on the inside of it. The map reveals the location of a mine just west of the ranch labeled Coal Ridge. You discovered a new map location, Coal Ridge Mine. There's an inset map of the mine itself with a big X scrawled between 3 strange triangular icons. Curious. Nothing to turn. Can't pick a lock because I haven't done that. 2-year horror. You see that every single cow in the Butterfield Dairy herd is now an ungolith, an infernal cow spirit bound in stone. They're not dangerous unless you get near them. I kind of want to see it. Oh, it's not even as bad as the original cow. Smash! A Menundo Geo. Increases your moxie by 6 for the rest of the day. Anything good from these guys? be a bad place to farm for some money, probably. We could go to Coleridge Mine. You discovered a new map location, Snake Spring. Go there now. I think this is the place where you can farm as a snake oiler and get good money, if I remember right. Can of tuna. Coffee. Ow. Yeah. Grab a handful. The snake oilers have the ability to get like oils from these guys, and so you can see you're farming these guys for good XP and stuff. Doesn't help me on the bean slinger too much, nor with my companion who needs undead to level up. So. Snake liver. Using combat, restores 15 health. Sets an enemy on fire if they use the snake spleen. Yeah, but that's all this place is. Basically an unlimited snake farm. For like split snake with an oiler and stuff. The Big Apple. As you reach the center of this clearing, you are simultaneously struck with a profound awe and a terrible stench as you discover the largest road apple you've ever seen. You can't even imagine how this got here. Was it a giant horse? Was it 200 normal-sized horses acting collaboratively? They should have sent a poet. Yeah, they should have. Clean it up. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Clean all the poop. Wow. 306 XP now. Let's spend another point on Bean Golem. Because the Bean Golem's been getting sick. Ooh. A Bean Golem. All it really was just the Big Apple was the poop. Brain did not click. That's gross. You found a pair of saddlebags slung over a tree branch. Stenciled letters on the side read, "Property of Fort All Dead Library." Dig through the bags. Beancraft. The bag is full of books, mostly boring military field manuals. You do find one of specific interest to you, though. We must read our book. What new bean skill can we get today? There's an article about butter and an article about beans, and the juxtaposition gives you an idea. Butterbean, a spell that reduces an opponent's muscle, mysticality, and moxie. Bean wall, which we've... Ooh. I think we're gonna go with Butterbean. Yeah, because that's pretty good. Reducing all their stats, because then they hit less. Not as nearly as hard. Pretty nice. We get one of those situations where we have tons of enemies again. You find a flyer for a dynamite store up north. It's charred around the edges like it got blown here by an explosion. You mark the address down on your map. Let's go there now. Up north. That's south from where I was. A year's supply of dynamite. Contains enough dynamite for a whole year. Dynamite, 1 year. It's stenciled on the crate in an official looking typeface. That's funny. Assuming it's just never ending dynamite. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't care about that much. That's for selling. Well, Why those two things back? Oh man, I just killed my money like I'm an idiot. God dang it. They really aren't nice to you if you accidentally sell things. I think I just came out with less money because of that. You notice a campsite off the distance that appears to have been very comprehensively trampled to ruin. You discover a new map, short campsite. Go there now. Off the side of the road, on the other side of the... This campsite seems like it's taken a lot of abuse recently. Most of the contents are trash from being stomped on. You do find a dented can of potted meat, though. You also notice that the knapsack has a knife sheath shot aside, but you don't see a knife anywhere. Neat. Yikes, you think maybe this used to be a person? Diagnosis, Doc. Cause of death, hit by a freight train. The only tracks I see are cow tracks, though. Could have been cows, I suppose. There's a leg missing, though. Cows aren't meat eaters. Wait, neither are trains. Follow the tracks. Follow the tracks. Since you have reason to believe these tracks may be fake, you can either follow them or head in the opposite direction. You follow the cow tracks for 100 yards or so, after which they stop sign. There doesn't seem to be anything nearby. Well, darn. Follow the tracks the opposite way, apparently. You head in the opposite direction for about a half mile and discover another campsite. This one is occupied. You observe campers carefully from a distance before approaching. They're dressed weirdly in bright-colored baggy clothes and white face paint. As you get closer, you realize they're dressed up as rodeo clowns. Gross. Why would they do that? There doesn't seem to be a rodeo happening anywhere near. Approach the camp. This rodeo clown is playing a harmonica. The tune he's playing basically goes doot doot doodle oodle oot oot doo doo doo. Say hello. He nods politely but keeps playing. This rodeo clown is eating comically large haunch of meat. He narrows his eyes at you as if to say, "Mine." This clown idly judging knife. "Howdy, stranger," he says with a smile. Converse. What are you doing out here? The clown exchanged glances. Camping. You can tell by the fire. What I mean is there's no rodeo or circus around here, so why are you guys in rodeo clown outfits? Oh, that. Our circus is up north. We're on break, so we decided to take in the sights. What sights? This is the middle of nowhere. Nonsense. Check out those cactuses over there. And those mountains. And, well, all this sand. Plenty of things to see. I guess so. What circus? I didn't hear anything about circus in the air. Oh, you wouldn't have. It's just a little traveling show. You aren't missing anything. What's it called, though? The clown hesitates, then shrugs. It's called Barnaby Bob's Perfectly Normal Traveling Circus Sideshow. Perfectly normal? Why is it called that? Accuracy. How far north is it? Oh, pretty far. Too far for you to worry about. No, really, how far? Sigh, it's up near Goblin Gulch. Oh, wow, that's really far north. Right, exactly, too far. You walked all the way from there? Wait a minute, you walked all the way down there from northernmost part of the territory for sightseeing on your break? We get really long breaks. We have a good union. Look, I'm not stupid. Look, I may have literally fallen off a turnip truck recently, but that doesn't mean I'm stupid. What are you guys doing here, really? The harmonica player stops playing, and the clown's eyes grows very cold. His friendly grin turns into a snarl. We're traveling tutors, giving lessons and minding your own friggin' business. Would you like a free sample? Bring it, you pasty-faced goons. That's creepy, and I'm not even afraid of clowns. Definitely want to go. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we'll cast that. Reduce everyone's stuff. Telling you that's good stuff. That ends my turn though? Oh, I didn't know that. That's less good. I should have done it. I think I only reduced one of theirs. God, it is reduced targets. That sucks. If you're afraid of clowns, now's the time to leave. Ugh. I should invite my brother. He's afraid of clowns. Well, that's one pack of demonic radio clowns that won't be trolling people anymore. And boy, you did not expect to be thinking that sentence today. Look through their stuff. You poke around the campsite for a bit, but don't find anything of value apart from the leader's knife and a ticket to the circus. Well, the harmonica maybe, but that clown had his lips all over it. Shudder. So I got a clown knife. The blade of this hunting knife is glistening with clown spit. Ugh. People who lick their knives to look intimidating are basically the worst people. 9 to 11 damage, but nothing special other than that. A circus ticket. Barnaby's Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow. Admit 1 plus partner. You also find a note in one of the lead clown's pockets. Ew. It seems to be orders to check out an abandoned tannery not far from Dirtwater. It's probably a bad idea to get these guys wandered around near town. Maybe you should investigate. So, alright. Shudder. Well, we've discovered a lot of stuff out here. Let's go damage 10. You find a pair of binoculars hanging on a passing cactus. I mean, a cactus you're passing, not a cactus that's passing you. It only looked like it was passing you because of your frame of reference. Grab them. Disposable binoculars. Used to discover a new map location if you can find a high vantage point. I know, the high vantage point. These will come in handy. They will also come in pairs because otherwise they wouldn't be binoculars. It sounds like there's a lot of fighting going on inside the tannery, except instead of the regular fighting sounds you're used to, like shouting and gunfire, the chairs are being broken over people's backs. You hear a lot of ghostly bellowing and shrill cackling laughter. It sounds like a real bad scene, in other words. As you enter the tannery, the second thing you notice is that the place has been abandoned for years, probably since the cows came home. A lot of the equipment is wrecked and all of it is covered with dust. The first thing you notice is that there are a bunch of rodeo clowns in here, fighting with, well, they aren't cows exactly, they're more like the pedestrians of cows. There's a little strange because you've seen people wearing, for example, cow leather chaps, and you've never seen anyone being attacked by their chaps. Maybe there's something about the tanning process that makes leather impervious to possession, and these cow, ghost, whatevers are untanned hides. In any case, the clowns and cows seem preoccupied enough with their fighting that they haven't noticed you, at least not yet, around. You approach the clown and weird cow leather noise or ghost thing. They make notice if you stop fighting while they process this new development. The clown fortunately seems to decide he hates cows more than he hates you. The cow unfortunately decides that it hates you more. Hate it right back. That guy has 70 HP. You beat the cow, but the enemy of your enemy is apparently not your friend because the clown decides to turn to be on the right side of the screen. Uh-oh. Fight. Jesus, got a lot of stuff. I need to update that or upgrade that. Well, that's one clown and one cow down. You hear a lot more fighting going on in the rest of the tannery, though, so that pat on the back will have to wait till later. What do we got for XP right now? Yeah, not a lot. Reduce all stats by 5. Reduce all stats by 7 on the next one. Definitely want to upgrade that because we want it to be as useful as possible. Yeah. Open it. Looks like you found an old toolbox. Besides the miscellaneous scraps and junk that naturally accumulate in toolboxes, you find a handful of nails and a pair of sizable, sharp, and serious-looking scissors. Melee weapon. These heavy-duty scissors are a little serrated teeth and are designed specifically for cutting cowhide. And a handful of nails again. Don't have a hammer, so I haven't been able to use any of it yet. Big barrels. Join the fracas. Really should level up my lady more though, because we are way under level for this. Which is sad because we just started the game and like we do so little damage. Except for my bean, he does lots of damage. It's gonna get curious quickly. True to form, the clowns who were on your side in that fight betray you. Damned clowns. It feels kind of strange to be fighting alongside demonic clowns, but I guess war makes strange bedfellows. Please ignore the fact that I just used demonic clowns and bedfellows in the same sentence. Where am I going at? The scene has markings of a real brawl. Not only does one of the clowns have a nasty look in his eyes, nastier than typical I mean, but one of the possessed cowhides is stretched on a tanning frame, which makes it stronger somehow, I assume, question mark? Oh, on my side this time. Ow. Guess what? The clowns turn on you after the cows are all dead. Ah, this sounds fun. They're doing so much damage too, it's ridiculous. They have such high defenses right now. All they save us is literally the beam. Pretty strong. I weakened that guy and only did 1 damage to him. Phew, what a mess that fight was, and what a mess the floor is afterwards. At least now you're free to poke around the scenery. You take the nasty clown's knife, and oh look, they also had a key. So Varmint's skinning knife. Didn't we already have one of those? And Tannery back door. Cool. Tannery Saint Rage key? That's interesting. The door is locked, but I found the key. Oh boy, oh geez, this is not a good situation to be in. You quickly hide behind some old tanned hides. Huh, is that why they're called that? There are 3 clowns out here, each armed with nasty looking knives. One of them is licking his knife, and the sound makes you think maybe he's literally sharpening the blade on his tongue. They are facing down 2 of the stretched hide cows and a monstrous thing that looks like an entire cow skeleton draped in flayed cowskin. I bet you lot think you're real clever breaking through to the human plane. Did you think we wouldn't follow you? Moo. Did you think you'd find a weapon here to use against us? Or are you just trying to escape? Moo. What? You take that back. None of them seem to have noticed you. It looks like you could sneak back through the door if you're really careful. Oh, I kind of want to fight. When they see you, the clowns and cows stop hissing and mooing and posturing at each other. Hey, who the hell are you? Candygram? Moo. Uh-oh. Now's your chance. Get them! I'm so dead. I just died. Oh, don't do that. That was a bad idea, apparently. I've gained the effect angry. Oof. Yes, angry. Very much angry. I cannot get more because I will pass out from rage. Because I only have a pain tolerance of 2. Maybe I should get pain tolerance of 3 real quick. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. But I think we're gonna bail out of here. Maybe go grind some. I don't have a whole lot more time, so maybe we'll go back to Dave's yard and do a little bit of farming, and then before we get off. Off to the side of the trail, you notice some of those weird cacti shaped like coffee cups. Get some coffee. Coffee cactus. Yeah, I feel like farming some XP is a good idea right now, because that just destroyed us. These are weak, but everything else after this is stronger and stronger. And we haven't even got to pass that wall, the mountains yet. So I'm pretty sure it gets a lot harder after that. Plus, we used money for my mistakes earlier. Probably at least put my gun on if I'm gonna spam. It only take 3 turns to kill him with her guns. Technically, her would probably be 3 of them with me one-shotting. Probably faster to actually hit her bone or things, or saw. How much do we need now? Oh yeah, it's much better. Yay! Right now, I mostly want XP for me, because I need to be able to get some better abilities and stuff. Plus, I can do it. So we need 500 to get the next bean golem. Kind of want to max out our bean golem because he's amazing. But we also want to get outfoxing done. Because outfoxing's good. Hey, Roger lived. Not so long. Get her one more level, and then maybe we'll do some wandering, see what else we can get into. Stuff. I don't want to farm the whole time, but it's the only way she levels, so you kind of have to. If you want to level her specifically. I don't remember if there's a cap or not on her. Like, I remember it's not everyone's favorite person, but I just like AoE damage. I love the AoE shotgun splash. Haven't leveled yet. Wonder if there's a better XP farm eventually too. I know there's several different ones. I'm pretty sure the snake oil is the one I played that I played the game all the way through on, and I remember farming the snake pit. I don't remember if there was a better one or not. Still hasn't leveled. What do we got for XP now? Lava 5. Just two liver I told him to level her one more time, but I don't know if she's leveling anymore now. Just jotting down notes. Okay, let's wander a little bit. We can always do more hard farming later. Also, if nobody wants to see it, I might just do it off screen just so we can actually play without dying constantly. Out in the middle of the desert, you find an abandoned minecart. It's sitting on a section of minecart track about 12 feet long, which starts nowhere in particular and ends even less somewhere than particular. Check it out. It's mostly full of plain rocks, not even very interesting looking ones. However, if you left without searching it thoroughly, you'd just end up driving yourself crazy later. With that thought, you might have missed something valuable. And you spend a good half an hour inspecting rocks and eventually find one that might be worth something. Unrefined meat nugget. Mine, explaining. You happen across an abandoned crate, which apparently fell off a wagon or something since the lid has been knocked loose. You know what that means? It's all mine. Smelling salts, thermos of spiked coffee. Oh, we actually need to turn some stuff in dirt water too. Let's go out to dirt water real quick. As you're riding towards the destination, a flash of color catches your eye. You parallel park your horse and stop to investigate the source. It's one of those cacti with rainbow-colored buttons on it. I like them. Cactus bits. Go to I give her what's left of Desert House Gang. Well, this certainly is a bag of severed ears and teeth, and sure, which gang was this? The House in the Desert Gang. I'll take your word for it. Good job. 500 meat, 330 XP. Woo! Give her the tattooed tooth. Yep, that's tattooed tooth of the leader of the Stripy Hat Gang. Alright, I'd recognize it anywhere. 1,000 meat. Thanks a bundle. More. The poster reads, Wanted. The Potemkin Gang for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. The poster shows the location of a suspicious city the gang is hiding out in. Want to go check it out? Yet another wanted poster. Lots of criminals around these parts. The poster says, wanted, the Black Hat Bandits for horse theft and the selling of counterfeit glue. Last seen headed north toward the old millinery. No good can come of criminals with access to hat-making machinery. Would you like to go investigate? Yes. Shouldn't there be a hot dog place now? Yeah, you got rid of the U, though. Howdy, Doug. Well, if it isn't my savior, good old Vicky. Howdy yourself. The sign outside. Yeah, I had to change the name. I tried to file a trademark, and it turns out there's already something called a hot dog. What is it? Trust me, you don't want to know. I wish I didn't know. Anyway, a single letter removed, and I'm in business. He gestures at the menu on the wall behind him. Buy something. Elegant hot dog. Increases your physicality by 6 the rest of the day. Jumbo increases your muscle, and a saucy one increases your moxie. I saw a sign out front advertising a room. That's right. Finest room in the house and plenty of room for your partner too. You interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella, and he paid a month in advance, right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it. Gracias. Gracias. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe my info's too old. I found a note from some travelers that passed through here 8 years ago. Oh yeah, that was the previous bartender. He had a little trick he used to offer to show people. It's what got him fired. Eventually, that senator's wife wasn't amused. He rummages around under the bar for a minute, then blows the dust off on a tiny piano about 9 inches tall. Here, you can keep the piano, so long as you don't ask me about the trick. It's a miniature piano. It'd be the right size for a football tickler of the word. But the winding key on the side seems to indicate that it's played itself. Oh yeah, I forgot I was trying to fix that guy. I was wondering what else I had to do here. Try to fix him. Pick the lock. You pick the lock, you open the hatch, check out the machinery inside. There's obviously something wrong given all the plinking and springing and the clicking noises come out of the gears and stuff. It looks pretty complicated. Ah, I see what's wrong. Musicality 5. You recalibrate some springs, rearrange some gears, and the machinery inside starts operating smoothly. The music improves immediately. Hey, Lloyd, I fixed the piano player for you. I thought so. He sounds much better. Thanks a heap. Vicky, I'd offer you a free room in exchange, but you already got one. Heh, no worries, Lloyd. Need help with anything? Nope, everything's raspberry in here. If you're looking for work, might you ask at the jailhouse. Anything else I can do with him? Oh, just bourbon. I don't want the bourbon. Insult yourself. You better not insult yourself anymore. You get any angry, you're liable to pass out. Use binoculars. You scan the horizon, but don't see anything you didn't already know about. Oh, sad. There's a postcard on the little table. Take it. You got a blank postcard. Useful. We don't want to sleep because the sleeping gets rid of our buffs. We don't want to get rid of our buffs. At least not right now, I don't. Oh, okay. I have a second way up to my room. Alright, let's wander one or two more times, then I'm going to get off, take a break for the day. If people want to see more of this, let me know, because I thoroughly enjoy this game. I've been playing a lot of WoW lately, so it would help have something to break up that. You find a creative supply. Oh, thank you for the subscription. How are you doing, Artemis? You are actually my first subscriber, too. I really appreciate that. What's going on? You find a crate of supplies bound for a nearby army, for it looks like it fell off the wagon, or the driver fell off the wagon and was too drunk to strap it down. Ah, we've seen this one before. You come across the corpse of a cowboy. I don't know why that's funny. How do you know it's the corpse of a cowboy? Well, you see his outfit, that he is a cowboy, and you see by his lack of flesh that he is a corpse. Ah, take his stuff and also his bones. Ruthless. Thick chaps. They give me +1 armor. You notice a smoldering hole in the ground and recognize it as the habitat of the southeast western coal snake. They keep to themselves mostly, but they're also known to enjoy a fight if one is thrust upon. Shouldn't I not know that if I'm not the snake oiler? Thrust one upon it. Yes. Yeah. Very thrusted. Snake spleen, coal snake skin. Your heart skips a beat as you spy a floating skull in the middle distance. Approach it. Oh, I don't think there's much else to do out here, it looks like. Ooh, hey, this is new, I think. A skeleton approaches you in a jittery, stop-motion-y way that skeletons do. Judging by its hat, it appears to be a skeleton of a bean slinger. You remember the classic saying, old bean slinger dies like normal people. Sometimes they keep walking around and casting spells at you afterward. I don't know anything about that. I want to fight it, though, because it gives her some XP. She loves spelling skeletons. Bean-stained pants. Ooh, spell damage. I don't know, we haven't even been doing much spell of our spells themselves. We've been doing the bean golem, that's about it. You happen across an abandoned crate, which apparently fell off a wagon or something. Yeah, we've done that. Come on, nothing else? Get some coffee, we've done that. Dang horse. You hear some groaning noise a short distance away and investigate. A cowpoke is sitting against a rock. Oh, we've done this before too. Takes him up. Some XP. Alright, so we still went to the railroad camp, but I'm pretty sure if we go to the railroad camp, it ends everything. Oh, I was going to get off. I haven't done that yet. I need to get off. Ugh. You hear a rattling noise behind you, another rattling noise off to the left, and a third rattling noise from somewhere ahead. You conclude that you've either stumbled into a nest of babies or a nest of rattlers. It's probably the babies. A quick glance confirms that it's the latter. Not unexpectedly, really. This is no place for babies. All the bleed damage on my beam. Or poison. Okay, I think we're going to leave it here, though. I will be back at 1 tomorrow. I might play this again tomorrow and give WoW a break for a little bit. Not too sure. It's either WoW or this tomorrow. Maybe if there's some people on right away, they can help me decide. So, have a good day, guys. Thank you. Thank you again, Artemis, for being my first subscriber. I do appreciate it.